Hello, guys, and welcome back to Fate Awakens. We are on episode 54. But how was the little prequel we had going on, guys?
Super fun.
Prequel's great. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, this. I don't even think by the time this comes out, the prequel will have finished airing.
Correct.
That's right.
But at the time of filming, we can't really go in detail because some people here don't know of some of the things that happened because it hasn't released.
That's
for
right.
them.
But for those folks who are fans of the show and did watch the prequel series, I will say it was kind of fun how it all tied in with the story that we've been telling and how it will kind of hopefully tie into season 2.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, honestly.
Terrifying. All right.
But we're back, season 2.
Yeah. So, previously on Fate Awakens,
Sunshine and rainbow.
y'all faced Keapor by first letting her summon an elemental and fight y'all as she walked into...
We didn't let her do it.
Y'all let her do it. As she walked into her realm, after defeating the elemental with pretty much ease, you saw Bulgrim pretty much trapped in a magic cage with almost zero room to escape.
That's by the thing he hates.
So
Nobody puts baby in a corner, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
The magic cage.
I forgot his accent. I can do it.
but after a long battle with Keapor, she finally seems to be gone. She's finally seems to be actually dead.
I don't believe it.
Allegedly.
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 Well,
You chopped her head.
Her entire demi-plane collapsed, so I'm pretty sure she's dead.
She died on. She died on screen this time.
Pretty clear.
So after barely escaping her realm before it fell, thanks to Dominic helping Neil out, or
Jethro.
out.
Worlds are colliding. Please don't use my government.
Psychic damage.
But after finally getting out
That's what the government called me.
and opening the chest that you ever so lovingly had to get, y'all managed to get a Helm of Brilliance.
We did. Which we...
I think that was a lot of luck from some god over here.
Well, luck is a weird way of putting it.
No,
When you
literally
manufacture
exactly
luck.
that.
When you manufacture luck, I don't think it's
I
called
make
luck.
my own luck.
Yeah.
Fortune.
But upon exiting, you saw the rift to her realm actually close fully.
Yay.
And
One rift down.
We did it. We beat the game.
And after discovering that Helm of Brilliance and looking up, y'all noticed that dozens
No.
of rifts started opening in front of your eyes.
Hundreds.
Dozens.
You know, I said thousands.
Dozens. Dozens is doable.
I said tens.
Let's start the season on dozens and hope everybody's good.
Okay.
But after those dozens of rifts opening, you just saw monstrosities, creatures, elementals, and all different manner of beings.
As I recall, a mountain was literally crawling towards us.
Yep, something the size of a mountain was walking
You don't
around.
have to remind them of everything. We could just let that.
It's probably a blooper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might have been an illusion.
Yeah, that's
Check
not
the mic.
magic now, right?
But we'll be back after this. Welcome back.
Hey,
And first thing we're going to do is roll the gems in your Helm of Brilliance.
I think we're
I
gonna.
believe each person is going to do a different gem.
Yeah, let's start with the least exciting, which is. Let's start with.
Hey,
That's offensive.
opals are very exciting. What are you
We're
talking
gonna make the
about?
least exciting a
Opals
little
are
bit
gonna be great.
exciting.
And what do opals cast?
Nice.
What are the opals casting?
10,
Opals do daylight.
12, 19, 24.
24 opals.
24
That is
daylight
ridiculous.
spells.
Somebody take note of that? I'll
Oh
write down.
damn, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's quite a few.
Now this is
I knew I was
fireballs.
thinking what that was.
Fire opals or fireballs?
Fireball.
Level 3 fireball.
Level-
86.
That you can cast from this helm.
Do you mean to blow on the
Daylight, we have 24, right?
Yeah, 1
24?
All right, not bad, not bad. What'd you? 19.
That was 3.
Mhm.
Okay.
19
I am not writing this
fireballs.
down. You are.
Yes.
Alright, I'm rolling rubies. What do I get for rubies?
2d10 rubies.
What am I casting?
What do they get to do?
I didn't know how much impact.
Wall of fires.
7.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
7 walls of fire, man.
Could be worse.
All right.
And
It's
then
ready
you've
for
got
resistance
the
of
diamonds. The diamonds are for
Prismatic spray.
prismatic spray.
Just
This is
all the marbles.
all right.
For those of you who don't
Avaya.
know, prismatic spray is a really
It's very
good
strong.
Hey,
you know,
if it was.
That's one.
Oh man.
I can't affect this with my magic
Why not?
because it's not in game.
It is though. Prismatic
All
spray,
right.
we have 2. Alright, I have that noted.
All right. So,
So,
I knew that was gonna
you're
happen.
holding the helm.
yep, you're holding the helm, and as you all look up and see all these rifts and creatures, monstrosities, and just all these beings in front of you. You feel a tremor below your feet,
Great, more.
and you just see a crack appear directly below the surface of the water, about 20 feet in front of you, and you just see water starting to pool down, and just this rush of tide come into this crack.
Did I get out in the water?
Yeah, you're on the beach.
Okay,
Yeah, we're on the beach.
We're out of the water, yeah.
So is the crack like heading towards us, filling with water?
The crack is probably about 20 feet long. It doesn't
Okay.
seem to be getting any bigger.
Doesn't seem to be.
And
Okay.
it does
But it's
not seem
enough-
to be filling up. Like it's just constant.
It's,
kinda-
the tide is just going.
Sounds like not our problem.
Yeah.
Let's take a nap.
Let's.
We.
I'm not
we
sure.
need to get clear.
I'm not sure if retreating into the forest is safer or. I don't know.
I think anything is safer than this.
As y'all are sitting here talking among each other,
Squishing my web.
from behind you, does anyone speak Goblin?
Goblin?
Goblin.
Negative.
No.
Y'all hear
Speak abysmal.
a
It's my minor.
very almost squeaky voice coming from behind you in a language you don't understand.
Yeah.
And if you turn around, you can see little small, greenish, disgusting-looking beings just crawling out of the forest and looking up in the sky, all wielding a short blade or blunt object of some sort.
They're carrying blunts?
I've seen goblins before.
No,
No.
you have not.
They're carrying what?
Okay. That sucks. Okay, so we see like 20 of them.
Probably about half a dozen.
Okay, half a dozen. All right, I am going to cast.
They're looking up. They're not looking at y'all.
Yeah, I'm just real
Next
quick
level.
gonna cast detect thoughts on these creatures.
Okay.
Would you understand their thoughts?
Roll
I can
me
understand
a
like their intention.
Is it murderous intent? Or is it.
That makes sense.
Wisdom.
Buy that for $1.
I'm looking rough.
These bad boys don't have spell
insight.
slots.
Do an insight.
Yeah, I'm looking rough.
Yeah.
Can't they resist it too?
I think if you go super deep, it's resisted.
There it is. 22.
You get a lot of curiosity from them.
Okay. Friends, it seems that they mean us no harm. I think we just quickly retreat and get away from here.
I think we quite literally have bigger problems.
Yes, let's go.
You raise them.
Raise them?
Raise them.
Well,
Children.
if they're not,
I thought you meant like R-A-Z.
Yeah, me too.
Like raise them.
Raise them. Like train them and make them our minions.
That's too much work.
There's too many variables at play here. We must
We need to.
find a place to secure ourselves.
So, are they coming out of the woods?
Yes,
So, I'm gonna start, and we're on like a beach, like a shoreline.
correct.
If I look to the right, is it kind of like clearish up there? Like if we
You
walk
just see
along
the
beach?
wood line, the beach, and the water line all just extend.
I mean,
Okay.
is there a beach to our
Yes.
left or right? I mean,
Correct.
I say perhaps we move this way and then migrate into the trees once we are far enough away from these guys.
And for reference, we still don't know where we are, right? We're just in a random place. Okay,
Absolutely.
No idea.
Okay.
double
Sure.
checking.
So I'm gonna start walking.
So we'll head along the beach, yeah.
All right. So whenever you walk down the beach, you do see the ones in the distance. They're still approaching. The rifts.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll try to put some distance between the goblins and the crack and the rifts and everything else that is happening to try to find somewhere to hang out for a little second.
I think as soon as we see a clearing in the woods, I would probably start like heading towards it a little bit.
As much as we would like to deal with this, not much we can do with where we're at. So
Okay. So you see a decent sized clearing about 30 minutes into your walk down the beach.
Okay. That's
You
fair.
also have found in the woods, while traveling, a very elegant horse creature. You have probably known it to be a unicorn, but it was very skittish, so it ran away real quick. You have also noticed some kind of reptilian creature come out of the water
the murder horse.
and eat something,
Mm-hmm.
but
Would I recognize what it was?
that one, no.
No. But when I did see so when I saw the unicorn, I would say, friends, I know we're in a bit of a bind, but that is a rare sighting of a unicorn. It is quite a magnificent animal.
It's like beautiful. Let's go. That's great.
Ignore the mutant horse. Let's find somewhere to rest.
Could summon one just like that.
You have maybe about 100 feet by 200 feet of thinner woods in this
This
area.
is like a
right
great spot in the
Mhm.
house.
So,
Good bones.
so we're gonna build it.
All right, let's start chopping wood.
Let's start setting up our stuff, I guess. Right? We trying to rest?
I mean, yeah, I needed a nap hardcore.
Edmund, you're a bird friend, if I recall. Do you still have access to that?
I think he's still probably hanging out.
Bird person?
My little familiar.
Any
I'll go,
any information we could get? Because
and then
Now, after about 15 minutes, it finally comes in, and like it's like exhausted.
We should probably have a less complex whistle. Because I can do that.
I will say, at your first whistle, you might not notice, but Billy just like comes and hops up on my shoulder, and he's just like,
you're a bird too?
yeah.
That's right,
I
you do.
forgot about that.
It's like a forever, isn't it?
It's like it's been months since we played this.
right.
I think bird.
So whenever my familiar checks out as we're setting out camp, I'll.
Are y'all doing tiny hut or just setting up camp?
We don't have tiny hut.
You don't have tiny hut.
I specifically have it for when we level up. But as
I have built many tiny
All right, so I need whoever is setting up
Tiny
camp
campsite.
to roll a survival check for me.
Oh, I would.
I will help with that.
I won't.
Can we?
You probably passed out.
That is a 16.
That's 23.
I rolled an 11.
While they're trying to build,
So-
I'm at
16.
very low health.
Okay.
And I'm just
And you're
laying
using
on the
the tent
ground,
that
like
he has.
slowly fading in and out of consciousness.
Yeah, we have a couple tents. For
Yeah,
Sure.
but he's gonna
have the-
I have an
8-person
Yeah, we have an 8% tent. I'll go say.
The sand people.
All right, so you get a campfire going, no problem at all. Your tent's set up. Anything you do for preventative defensive measures or anything?
I don't know what my spell slots were left
After a long rest, I can.
but if we're assuming I have at least one spell slot left after the battle, Oh, it doesn't even matter because I can do it as a ritual. I'll set an alarm spell.
Okay.
As a ritual, and it'll be for the tent since we're all gonna be in there.
Sounds good.
I have nothing.
All right. So
It's 20 feet. It's a 20-foot cube, like around the tent.
all right.
And it'll be audible, or no, it has to be mental. Okay. And then I'll kind of look through my familiar whenever it gets there, as it's flying above us, and just scout out the area around us and see if I
Roll
see
a
anything.
perception as you're familiar.
They're all on my wrist.
I gotta
They're just
remember what Bloodhawk is, perception-wise.
I think it was decent.
I think so.
it's like a +4.
So,
What are we doing with the hell?
But as he's doing that, is there anything else y'all are doing?
I can, if I have an hour, I can summon defenses. And by defenses, I mean a defense.
my Bloodhawk
Singular.
got an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
You do not see an end to the beach or an end to the forest if you're looking in those directions. You do see, if you look out towards the water, you can kind of get a sight from the other shoreline. So it's not that deep, it's kind of like lake size.
How long is camp gonna take?
Well, it takes about an hour to set
How
up.
long is camp setup gonna take? An hour?
You can probably get your hour in.
I'm gonna spend my hour using my class feature to summon something to help us. And I'm going to specifically ask for something better than the two.
Not Bartholomew and.
So I'm actually going to pick this one, but I will spend an hour. So like while you guys are setting up camp, I'm just gonna like hobble over and like find myself a rock to just like lean against, and I'm just gonna spend an hour of deep meditation.
What are you getting? Okay. After a little while, this shadowy, flaming horse crawls out of the depths of the earth and just stands in front of Jethro, staring him in the face.
So,
Jethro, is this friend or foe?
There's another.
So as like you hear like the
magical horse. No?
as I hear like it being summoned, I like open my eyes and I see it for a second, and I'm gonna like panic. I'm like, oh no, and then like realize like, okay, I summoned this. This is mine. We're cool. And then I'm like, friend, I assume. And I'm gonna like reach a hand out and like try to pet it on its little nose, snout. Like you do with the horses.
Take 2d6.
So as you pet it, it's almost like you're touching a hot pot. It's so warm.
Not copyright.
Do horse noises, Chris.
I cannot do horse noises.
It's a friend, and I'm gonna like reach up and like actually like pet its little mane area. Not the mane itself. The mane is on fire. So it's the neck, the nape.
So as you touch it, everything feels hot.
I mean, yeah, but it's still probably not petable.
then we should.
That is.
It is rideable, so
That's quite impressive.
yeah.
All right, so you're
I read
clear to
about
set up.
them. I read about them in my book, so I figured they can be useful.
Your camp is fully set up.
This horse
Have your nightmare.
will talk to you, and it will tell you when people are trying to maybe attack us or something. How will it help? You can send it around, and it would communicate with you, or how does
Yes.
it work?
I can speak to it. It cannot speak to me.
Nay, intruders is pretty.
I've never seen a horse used as like a guard animal or something, so I just.
Oh, so that's on you. You'll wake up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's on fire.
It's also on fire. I've never seen
Things delay.
I've set the alarm around the tent, but perhaps this could take a wider berth and perhaps do some sort of patrol.
So I'm going to speak to it in Abyssal. So I'm thinking you speak to it?
I've been learning from you, but I don't think I'm there
You're
yet.
not fully there yet. So you pick up like a couple words here and there. I'm going to command it in Abyssal to just stay put outside of our little encampment, and if anything happens, to alert us in any way that it can.
It does a little slow circle,
That's all I need.
and like stands by the fire for a minute, and goes over to a tree and like chews some bark off a tree.
That's fine. He did his best life.
Perhaps we should take turns taking watch while the others rest.
For sure. Certainly.
I'm happy to go first. I still feel relatively fine.
Before we break off, Daleko reaches into this just backpack and pulls out the helm and says, before we bed down, above table, I don't think anyone identified this.
Yeah, he touched it.
Yeah,
Did
he
you?
identified.
Yep, touched it on the beach. And identified it.
And okay, and I will say, if what Edmund had said is true, then this is useful for potentially anyone. I don't know that there is a clear, obvious wielder of this, so maybe we just do tryouts, pass it around, and see who can use it. Well, one person one day, another person the other day. It's limited uses, but I have some magic already, so I will.
Yes, I have some magic.
But someone needs to be wearing it because we're clearly. Sorry for cutting off. We are clearly super outnumbered. I'll just push it forward.
Just look at random.
It doesn't look like heavy armor.
Yeah, what does it look like?
It is it almost looks like a steel helmet with almost like a crown of jewels around.
Okay.
It looks like it's meant for someone of perhaps a bit more strength. It has remnants of wealth, but quite heavy, it
I
appears.
mean, it enhances both martial and magical capability. So, far be it from me to say who could best use it, but
I'm happy to put it on for now, and if it seems that it would be better for someone else, then I can pass it on.
Yes.
look at Jethro because he helped a lot.
Yes,
Jethro,
you
you
are
return your gaze because Jethro has passed the fuck out by now.
Okay. I just I don't stop you.
Whatever you decide will be fine with me, but I do not need it as I'm entering the town.
I mean, I could certainly.
I was pretty
Dominic?
beat up too.
I don't know you well, but you seem wise enough
You're
to
right.
make this decision. Perhaps you should just choose who you think should have it. What does your gut tell you?
You see, Dominic's not good with commitment.
You're asleep.
You're asleep. I'm sorry, go sleep.
My gut tells me either of them would enhance greatly. I could also use it, but I'm a bit seem to be filling the role of defender rather than striker, and it certainly helps strike hard. And you should stop getting captured. So if you want to give it a test one.
Perhaps if I'd had this or some other magic item that could have helped. But if it's not good, I will give it away.
We can try it. And since you have you're doing. We'll talk later.
I'll take that home.
You already got a nice sword.
Put it on.
You put it on. It's heavy on your head.
Does it look good at least?
And I will go and explain loosely how it works.
And how it-
Well, he
probably
explained
how
it.
attunement works
I'm just
too.
gonna,
Yeah. I'll
Well, it takes me a while, right? I have to attune to it.
Yeah.
I will point to the two diamonds on either side and then explain how that will obliterate everything in the
I'm used to
small,
things happening like
small radius. Like,
sure.
so maybe use those sparingly. Fireball, go for it.
mentally controlled again.
All right, well,
I'll take that spell.
sleep
Short
order,
rest.
long rest order, how are we?
You're first.
I will take first
Grab some pears.
Yeah, I took that spell.
I don't have dark vision.
You taking
so
2 hours? Taking 2 hours? Okay.
I can do last because dark vision, I don't have it.
I don't either.
I have dark vision,
yes,
so
I
I
do.
can
Yes, I do.
go with someone who doesn't.
Isn't it? What time is the day? Is it?
I have dark vision.
It's
so.
starting. You can start to see the orange in the sky.
Human AF, boy.
I should probably take like second or third watch. Because I have third vision. Yeah, I'll take third.
Okay, so I'll do first with Farah.
Oh, fair enough.
You
I
need
figure it's
4.
probably safer.
You need 4 watches
Yeah, when you
to cover the 8 hours.
I'm fine on my own.
That's fine.
She's got the nightmare, we have the alarm.
Sure.
The first watch shouldn't be too bad.
All right.
So I got
And
last.
as you guys are getting ready for bed, I'm gonna pull out my lute and I'll just start strumming this little tune, and then you'll hear Billy adding a tune on top of it, and you guys can all
the big guy.
regain 4 health.
Ooh.
Noise.
You up to 10.
Yeah, me too.
And you feel very sleepy and very calm. And it's easy to fall asleep.
10 HP.
Am I sleeping or sleep?
All right. Roll me a perception check.
I am good at those.
Oh, yeah.
14.
All right. So while you're doing this little strumming of your lute, you see 4 glowing dots in the distance, kind of like going in like a motion to your beat. And when you stop and look at it a little closer, you just see it kind of fly off in the distance.
I think out of curiosity, I'm going to keep lightly strumming.
Okay.
I'll just
you
play.
don't see
I'll
him
just
come
play
back
like
after that.
kind of very quietly music for my watch.
Okay.
Little lullabies to help y'all sleep.
So who's next?
I'll go next.
I have 3rd.
Okay.
So I will wake Ramdil and I say, "My friend, it is your turn."
I'm gonna just crawl out and
Just
stand
relaxing.
outside. Try not to stare at the flaming horse too much.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
15.
15. The flaming horse seems to come up close to you, stare you straight in the face,
Of course he does.
and you see the eyes change for a quick second. It's very familiar. Make a wisdom check for me.
So,
Hey, what?
Wisdom.
Check or save?
Check.
Okay.
No, both of them are terrible. So
I forgot Avaricious loves you now.
I rolled a 7, so it's a 6 for the check.
You have no idea what this reminds you of, but it is very familiar.
Damn thing is.
I was in my cousin Lenny.
like between the fire, like dancing, and he's like,
Yeah.
He's like, I feel like I've seen eyes before.
I know.
Eyes.
At least once.
I was gonna walk away from it.
Away from the souls.
All right, the horse seems to go back over to the fire, and nothing else happens during your watch.
Third watch.
Who am I waking up?
"Third watch."
Third watch, please.
Hey, Jethro, time to get up.
What's up, bud? Oh, okay. Sure, I guess. I'm gonna get out the tent, and I see my horse is there. I'm like, oh,
It has eyes.
he's still there. Okay, cool. Didn't leave.
Your horse looks over at you, then looks back at the fire.
I'm gonna sit down, and I'm going to take a ration, which I definitely have. I'm assuming.
We're shooting for long rest here, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is hour 5 and 6 right here.
I am going to take out a ration and just try to feed it. I want to spend my hour. We're doing 1 hour watches.
2.
2 hour watches. I want to spend my 2 hours befriending and attempting to ride this horse.
That does not qualify for your full long rest.
Like even like just like getting on the horse. Like I don't want to actually ride it. I just want to like actually get to the point that I can mount it.
Nope.
Can I just pet it for 2 hours?
You can pet it for 2 hours. You cannot attempt to ride it for 2 hours.
I'm gonna try to.
When you're keeping watching, just be like, "Whoa!"
I want to talk to it and just like pour my heart out to the horse because I know it can't respond. So I'm just gonna talk to it, but in abyssal because I'm fancy like that. And I don't want anybody else hearing my deep dark secrets.
All right, as you're pouring your heart out to this horse, it looks at you, and you have a feeling it's understanding you, but it does not look away the entire time you're talking.
That's precious. Love
Make a
this horse.
perception check.
I'm gonna give my soul.
Man,
At disadvantage.
I would give my soul for this horse.
Yeah. Roll perception at disadvantage.
You didn't feel that way about Bartholomew.
Yeah.
And
And not Bartholomew.
They're little imps. This is a horse.
Yo, you can't start season 2 like that.
Ones.
A 2 and a 3, which makes a 6 and a 7.
Okay. So,
Oh god.
This horse is a mystery.
Just crawl out of the ground.
you have been talking to this horse for 2 hours.
I think
That's fine.
good.
Its eyes look
I'm not so much like talking to it. I'm just like pouring. Like I haven't.
Looking at it.
I haven't really talked to them about what's going on. So like I'm just kind of talking to the horse,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pet it, and then I'll kind of just like sit there. And I'm actually I would like to open my book, and as I'm kind of talking, I would like to read about the nightmare in my book.
Okay.
Because given that it's one of Avaricia's like beasts, it's in the book. That's like the whole
You
point of the book.
basic knowledge.
Yeah.
We took our sword, we took our horse.
I mainly just want to know its origins, like what it is, which I assume would be like, what is this thing? But I got that.
Okay.
So that's all I needed.
All right. That would be the end of your watch
Who
then.
am I waking up?
Yo. There's only 4? It was me.
Yeah, you need to sleep
I'm gonna go with
Oh, okay.
the whole time.
I keep volunteering for
I'm gonna go and
watches and getting
I'm
out.
gonna come up the Bulgrim, and I know he's injured as I am.
Kick him in the stomach.
And I'm just gonna get real long. Hey, buddy. Actually, I'm gonna rub your chest. I'm gonna rub your tummy. You know, little chest right here. Hey, buddy.
It starts
Time to wake up.
purring.
You just 2 hours. My horse will keep you company.
just wake me up.
My horse will keep you company. It's gonna be great, buddy. I just need 2 hours.
Yeah, horse, yes, of course. I'm gonna watch it now. And I'll just get up and kind of rub my eyes. Still got the helm on, and crawl out of the tent. Oh, sorry. Go out and do my.
Given that the space you just left is
I mean, it's created like a spiritual sleep apnea mask. No, just kidding.
I might fart. It's just fart.
Given that the space you left was most likely warm for your body heat, I'm going to immediately fall into where you were sleeping, and I'll take it.
It's wet from sweat, by the
That's
way.
fine.
All right. I'm gonna go out, kind of acknowledge the horse, give it a pat.
It like looks at you and immediately looks away.
That's fine. And I'm gonna do my I'm gonna spend my 2 hours kind of doing a loop around the camp, keeping my eyes out for anything.
Make a perception check at advantage.
Either were great. That is a 13.
Okay. Looking around, you see a large flying creature in the distance. Just because it's so dark, it's hard to tell.
Sure.
But when I say large, I'm talking
Like
bigger than any bird you've seen.
size, or
Bulgrim is just like a shiver of terror down his spine because he remembers the other flying things that destroyed his village. But I'm gonna kind of keep my eye on it, and then really just kind of focus and see if there's anything, if I can hear anything out in the woods that might be moving or coming towards us. And I guess at a certain point the helm will attune.
Yep, as long as you spend an hour doing that.
Yeah, while I'm wearing it.
Okay.
So at a certain point, do I feel different when it's attuned, or what happens?
Once you spend that hour kind of like gathering yourself with the helm, you kind of begin to slowly understand how it works. Almost like you start touching it, it's like, wait a second, that's warm. I can actually move this.
So that's not an option. So as soon as you attune, it starts glowing in a 30-foot radius. Like that just happens. There's no on switch. There's also no off switch. You're just constantly.
After the hour,
when you were near.
Now a lantern.
so as you are sitting there, let's just say you're by the fire.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't glow unless I'm near goblins, right?
Undead. Sorry.
Undead. Yeah.
Sorry, I misread.
You're good.
Okay.
So it only glows with undead.
I would imagine as soon as you attune, it glows like once to like
Undead, you're
to
good.
start up.
Okay, so yeah, so, okay, so I'm attuned, I kind of figure it out. At a certain point, I just kind of pull my axe out, and I just think really hard, and I light my axe on fire with the Helm of Brilliance, and it kind of like lights up and is awesome. And then I dismiss it, goes away, put my axe up, because I don't want to draw attention to where we're at, and then I'm just gonna keep.
Any board you already have.
the giant flaming horse definitely
Just a little attention.
It's so gaudy.
Yeah,
Picture
that's
of
it.
it.
I'm gonna keep on watching, and when my time is up,
All right, that'll be the end of your watch. Everyone gets the 8 hours long rest, and you all level up.
my character.
let me do that real quick. Done. Oh man, my sheet's just perfect already.
It's never been easy.
Have you all rolled hit die already?
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's been a few months.
Yeah.
I didn't. I don't think I did.
After waking up and looking out, the light is no longer a daylight that you're used to. There is a slight purplish hue to the sky.
Oh, thank you for announcing.
I haven't been on this plane for
No.
a very long time.
No, that's not normal. No.
No?
No. Let me cut you off right there.
Understood.
To be fair, nothing you have seen over the past 72 hours has been quite normal. It's not usually like this.
Also very fair.
Usually people like you aren't here either, so to be fair, we're all a little bit shocked.
That's all right. That's all right.
No offense.
I mean, in any other situation, I would never be here. So
Roll a
fair enough.
perception check, everyone.
What?
That was pretty darn good.
There we go.
20.
20,
25.
25, 15,
17.
17.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Always.
Also
He's
doesn't
like,
matter. I don't know.
please do.
Cool.
Natural one. I'm shady.
I'm just
right.
like taking a shit.
Fireworks just comes and watches you. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's like a cat.
What are you doing? What are you hearing?
Stop looking at me with those familiar eyes.
Not familiar like the creature familiar, but like familiar just we never
I've seen eyes before.
I've seen eyes.
Never watched the shit.
Dirty
I didn't
20.
think it would come back around.
It was like a 25, so y'all, everyone except for you two apparently.
Oh, it's 25.
Y'all hear steps and feel the steps.
Big steps, little steps.
We feel them. They're big.
Do you feel little?
A very impactful gnome.
You ever had a toddler walk across a hardwood floor? Like you
As you look
there. We're in sand.
towards the woods, you see a extremely large giant walking by.
define extremely large.
Extremely large. 4
Bigger than the stone giants that were on his boat.
So
Bigger than
like
the cloud giants that chased me.
No, it's a little bit bigger.
Comparable.
like
Okay.
10 feet.
Farah is terrified, and I'm gonna hide.
Oh, is it morning already?
To be fair, just another day in the neighborhood for Jeff.
I have a question for everyone here. Should we approach any of these creatures we're seeing? None of them have yet to be seen hostile towards us. Perhaps we can find someone who can help us find settlement or
You
knows
hear
where
a
we are.
whisper from a tree, and it says, "Hide! Hide!"
Jethro is going to reach down to his 2 water skins, one of which is water, one of which is liquor. And he's going to try the liquor one because it's early. And he's going to take a drink and he's just going to stare at it for a second. Because at this point, like, it's just.
Dormic and I can speak giant. Perhaps we can reason with it.
Please.
Don't converse with it.
At this point, it doesn't matter. As he's holding his liquor at 7 a.m.
They don't care about anything. They'll just kill you.
Does it look like the cloud giant that was? Can you get a general description? I know you did.
So
Like, what's it wearing?
it has a lot of jewelry coming off its face. Chains from nose to ear. Very wispy hair, but it's got like a almost static look to it.
Invisible weapons.
You see on
It's hands and feet, bro.
Fair.
you see some sort of maybe extremely large pike on its back.
Pike. Okay.
I'm gonna turn to Dominic and say, well, technically speaking, jewelry and adornments is generally a sign of a civilized society, though.
I mean,
Could be.
I have experience with Goliaths. I have no experience with actual giants, so I'm going to defer to Farah's expertise here.
If Farah thinks we should hide, perhaps
Yeah,
we should just...
As good a plan as any.
As y'all have talked, it's already well in the distance now. It was not walking towards y'all, it was walking by.
We solved the puzzle. It was talking to the
Far in the tree, like, what?
Well,
He's fine. He's cool.
what is our plan today?
Bye, buddy.
It seems we're in a strange place.
I feel like every time we could plan, things just get worse.
But do we want to just walk into the woods until we find something?
Yeah.
Talk to one of these
I think,
creatures?
I mean, usually we would be able to find, I guess on your world, some kind of city.
Settlement, city, town, village, yeah.
Is there one of those near here? Does anybody know where we
No.
are?
Have we seen roads at all?
Mhm.
Not a single road.
Y'all have only followed the beach too as well. Besides this little clearing.
Oh,
I know. Why?
Many towns happen to post themselves next to the water for trade. Perhaps following along the beach, eventually we'll reach somewhere with a port.
That sounds like a great idea to me.
I am okay with this. Let's follow the beach. It is also open so we can see if anything is coming towards us.
Yes, it's much easier to get ambushed or surprised in the woods than on the open
does
beach.
following the beach send us north and south or east and west?
Make a survival check for
You
me.
got a compass?
I'm gonna.
I know the way the sun.
I'll have them.
What sun? That's purple. Sky.
Roll.
That's weird.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
like
fair.
Remember, hey Thomas, you're rolling 1 and you're adding her. If she's, are you proficient with it? You're adding her modifier as well to yours.
I know that I'm doing this. I'm gonna guide myself.
Can I get on my horse?
Can you?
That's good.
mine.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
ridiculous.
going to attempt to get on my
I'm good at
horse.
surviving.
Yeah, you are.
+6, pal.
He is.
19.
I would like to remind you, I have summoned him, and he is
For that,
fallen
I
my
get
will.
4.
So I would like to.
So 28 plus what?
I've ridden horses before, many times.
That number. 34.
He's like trying to find.
So it goes.
Roll 19.
It's like, I
goes
smell-
southeast and
It smells
northwest.
like rain.
It goes southeast and northwest.
Okay. Then I will burn my first spell slot of the day.
Oh boy.
And just do augury, which is I'll just pick a direction, and we'll just be the question will just be if we go northeast. That was an option, right?
Northwest.
Southeast, northwest.
Southeast, northwest. So we'll just say southeast. Will that get us to civilization faster than going the opposite way? And so it's a yes or no question.
What was the roll for that?
It's just I just get a yes or a no. I think.
From the DM, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, just finding which way will get us to the first sign of civilization back.
You get. Which direction did you say?
Southeast.
Yeah.
And southeast
Better
better.
get us to
Is southeast
civilization
better?
faster than northwest.
Wheel or will?
Yes or no?
You get a cold feeling in your gut.
I assume that's no. So I will 180. Let's go that way.
That's the direction y'all were coming from as well.
Oh.
I'm gonna get on my horse.
Well,
The horse.
I've ridden horses many a times. I'm a
So-
nomadic man.
okay. So it's telling us to go in the direction we haven't seen.
The direction you have already come from.
Fun.
So northwest.
All right. So if we want to backtrack, the civilization is closer that way.
Why not?
If we just want to. I mean, we're just kind of.
That's fine.
Sure.
It's just,
Yeah.
It's better than anything else we have.
That's fair.
Go.
All right.
As I get on my horse, I'm gonna like
That's a
reach up
second
on it,
roll.
and then like as my hand gets to its back, it won't be burning anymore because I get fire resistance. And then I'm gonna like sort of trust it and like swing a leg over, it. And I'm just gonna like sit on it for a second, and kind of like get adjusted.
Okay.
And then I guess I feel comfortable. It's a horse,
We'll reattach the
It's a
clock.
fire.
It's got a very warm feeling to it.
but it's a horse.
Yeah.
I've
It's
ridden
a horse.
horses. I know how to ride a horse.
I'm gonna fly.
And I guess I'll just do like a little like trot in circles.
We'll reattach my
Make
horse.
an animal handling check.
Tuck it back in.
Can I help him as he's trying to figure this out?
Oh no, not. Never mind. No.
I can.
Thank you.
I'm proficient in animal handling.
Are you going to assist me?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm good at everything.
What do I add?
+6.
Oh, 13. Yeah.
Wow.
You're trotting, but you're making a little gap every time it steps.
That's fine. Like I just want to
You're
go on
going.
my horse.
It's gonna hurt after a while.
Eventually, I want to be able to ride this horse easily.
And I'm just kind of like walking with you, like giving you a little bit, like, oh, don't hold on too tight. Like, oh, don't move your heels like that. Don't like it.
Reminds you of like a Pegasus, like you know, like the ones they used to have. On...
Does Volgrim actually say that?
Just
Okay.
kidding.
Volgrim doesn't know what a Pegasus is.
All right.
That was a rock star though.
See, I'm just gonna
I don't think that my character would say, like,
I mean,
oh, this reminds
like
me.
as we're walking, because his walking speed is 60 feet, so it's fine if it's halved. You know, for the purposes of this, because I'm walking with the group, but I just want to be on the horse.
Yeah.
My goal is to get comfortable.
And I love animals, so I'll stay by the horse.
You're getting used to it more than
That's
comfortable.
That's fine.
All right.
We got plenty of time. Me and this
So-
will be best friends.
You all travel for
Not named yet.
a few hours. Is there anything you want to do in the few hours?
Ride my horse.
You're riding your horse.
I mean, I'll definitely be taking note if that crack is still sucking in the ocean when we pass by.
It's you definitely notice it's there, but the tide has subsided a lot.
Okay.
It's sucking it up of the ocean.
I'll just ask you guys, I'll be like asking you guys about like what you've been doing so
I
far,
will
like
fill-
kind of getting filled in on most stuff that's happened.
Yeah. We will.
Because I'm still pretty new.
We will refresh her on in detail as we travel everything
Yeah.
that happened in season 1.
There you go.
We do not.
And then we traveled and
Suddenly this strange rectangular black box appears in my hands, and I tap the face of it, and you see hours and hours of footage of what's happening. And then it disappears. We don't know where it came from. We don't know what that is.
Just get a random YouTube video showing up.
A blessing from Avariccia.
Ads and everything. So, like what? A cool 50
I
seconds.
cast Conjure Season 1.
Fer will be like, ooh, Renee sounds hot. What happened to her?
Well, you see, she went
She's
on
probably still traveling.
she went on a 3-month journey to go to Osterwood, and she proceeded to do it in 24 hours, but it's okay.
Yeah, y'all are probably like 3 days into this?
Yeah.
I mean, outside of keeping watch for anything coming from the woods and maybe the water, unless it's receded enough, we'll just continue walking in the direction Damek thinks we should go.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll go into the eyes of my familiar and just have it fly straight up
Roll a perception for me.
and just see if we're getting anywhere.
You're gonna go
14.
Okay.
It'll go right at first.
The first few times you send the Bloodhawk, right? The Bloodhawk up, you don't see much change anywhere. The third time you do it, you see some humanoid figures you don't recognize having a very engaging fight and a lot of blood in the woods.
In the woods? Okay. Well, it seems that deeper in the woods, there's some beings fighting, so best steer clear of that. Although they were humanoid in shape, so we could assist a party and perhaps try to become an ally with one of them if they know the lay of the land.
Who were they? Was it humans fighting humans?
Humanoids fighting each other.
In my experience, those don't typically tend to be the most trusty of allies.
Well, we have fought many, as I'm sure you have in your time. And with the strange things arising, they could need assistance or could be anything, but we are strangers to this land, and any sort of information would be useful at this point.
Well, if we
Even a sigil from their armor, if we get there late, perhaps something we can recognize.
assist one side or the other of this conflict, we would naturally form allies here in this place, correct?
What if we form the wrong one?
Well, that is to be determined, I guess, which is the right one.
We'll have to use our judgment.
Yes.
Surely.
Perhaps we can maybe get a little closer and see what's happening.
She's not here.
Either way, we need information, so we can't just avoid every conflict, I think.
Sure.
I think approaching cautiously, maybe see how the battle's going, and favor the winning side, obviously.
I mean,
If it gets very bad, I could probably stop them from fighting.
probably assist in that as well.
I can also stop them from fighting.
But not violently. I could stop them from fighting.
specify.
Perhaps we
can all stop them from fighting.
I could probably
Perhaps we try to stealthily approach and see what our best course of action is when we have a better look.
This is the path of least resistance, so we need to go that way.
You can send your hawk to go see closer or something.
Yeah, once we feel like we're getting closer, I'll send my hawk back up into the sky
do
and
that.
try to get a better look.
Okay.
Like once we're
We're going to try getting the hawk a little closer.
well, I just want to be above them. I mean, it looks like a fucking bird, so I don't doubt they'll be like,
But it's going to go
"Everyone
lower.
stop fighting!"
But it's going lower to the ground, right?
What?
It's going lower to the ground.
I mean, 30 feet up.
Okay. Roll one more perception check for me for the bird.
21.
21. Okay. As you get closer, you see some of these. They're very furry, all like dog-like, and they're seeming to rip the necks out of these reptilian creatures.
They're just regular gnolls.
They have large claws, and they're just ripping these reptilian creatures apart.
Do I recognize any of these from books or anything? Either creature?
to me.
Roll me a history check. This is before your time of... Before your 30 days.
Probably like a 28. I don't know what you doing.
You said
History.
23.
23. The reptilian creatures you don't recognize at all. The other ones, you haven't seen pictures, but the description sounds awfully familiar to a werewolf.
Oh, fun. Diseases.
But it's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it seems there's a clear aggressor, but if I'm to be completely honest, I'm not 100% sure these were even real, but if you've heard the stories of wolf-like men who have a bit of rage inside them, that would be what we are looking at. They're
Like werewolves?
Yes.
Oh.
Now,
Of course, why-
the
why
reptilian
not?
creatures seem to be not putting up much of a fight, so
Lizards?
Perhaps we should move on.
Is there anything to gain engaging with?
did I see if either any of them were wearing like armor or like wielding weapons, or are they like,
There was ripped clothing.
so it's just like beasts, there's no like weapons or armor or anything?
The reptilian creatures had some like very rudimentary weapons, like rough spears and stuff like that.
What's the size of the conflict?
Yeah, was it like 1-on-1 or?
No, it was like 10 on 20.
Well, it's maybe a bit out of our range, and I'm not sure if we could even communicate with these creatures, if I'm being honest. Perhaps this is not the tassel to go for.
I guess we keep walking
wise.
then. Let's continue down the beach.
Yeah, so I guess we'll head back to the beach and keep on strolling towards old cities.
All right.
Tomic does just scribble, like noting everything you see and like the general direction just for future, like
Yeah.
picking of it.
All right. So as you continue at the beach,
I'll keep sending my hawk up every 20 minutes or whatever.
after about another 2 hours, you'll see obviously a very ornate-looking city in the distance.
Yay!
And when I say ornate, it's not the standard human-looking town that you're familiar with, or even like half human, half elf town that you're familiar with.
Okay. Well, there's something quite far in the distance, but my hawk has spotted it. It's civilization of quite extreme architecture. It seems like there may be some wealth even in this place, and hopefully with that comes some knowledge.
And we can figure out where we are.
Can you define extreme architecture?
Just quite ornate in texture and material, it looks.
I'm decently well traveled. Would I have traveled to a city like this? My whole
Once
MO is big city to big city.
if you continue forward, I'll let you make a perception
Okay.
check and figure it out.
This is all from my hawks.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just informing you
Let's
guys.
keep
We're getting
Yeah, no reason to stop.
Yeah, I'm not asking like, do I know this city, which would be nice.
Let me guess. Collins.
So, continuing on in the northwest direction, this city comes in view of you all. It is extremely large, one of the bigger cities you've seen, even bigger than the ones with the gladiator cities that you've had before. The dock itself looks like it was designed by a master architecture. It's one large dock, and the outside of the little side docks that shoot off have almost a curve to them, like it's something smooth the boat can just kind of float into. There seems to be stonework on top of the wood that was carved into and inlaid in the wood itself to make runes. That is Elven script.
Oh, I speak Elvish. I can read that.
Most of you, I think, can.
I think we all do speak Elvish.
Nope.
Sorry.
No.
Upon getting closer, you see a very large portcullis. The gate itself is made of a almost white metal with almost a inlay of what looks like silver in the metal itself.
How close are we to the city?
Within 120 feet.
Okay. Since we're getting close, I want to like pat the nightmare and then dismiss it. So I just.
Okay.
I want to do that while I'm riding it though, because I'm trying to like a cool dismount. So
Make an acrobatics check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like. Oh. 21.
Nice.
Okay. You see the nightmare, almost like crawl back into a fiery hole in the ground. He kind of rolls down the back and rolls out and just stands right up like he was walking like nothing happened.
I hate it.
And I rolled that perception check, a nat 20 plus 4. So
For perception? Okay. This
I may able to see, like, is it a city, however, I've been to a city this big, and then obviously do I recognize?
You don't recognize this city at
In
all.
sense.
None of you have seen a city of this. Edmund, based on your readings, you would definitely know that this is more of a high elven city.
Wow.
There are
Great.
multiple
High elves.
Awesome.
spires in the center of the city. Some of them look more of a religious design.
Oh boy. I'm about to hate these rolls, aren't I?
And this portcullis has 2 small towers on it. Each tower has about 6 guards and very heavy plate, but very designed in such a sleek way that they can easily move their arms to work their longbows, which are about 6 feet tall each.
Look at my 10
Does
catch.
anybody seem hostile towards us as we're approaching, or?
They're all keeping an eye on you, and the closer you get, you can see their arms starting to go up.
Waving?
Jethro's
Towards their
Jethro's taking another strong drink.
Okay.
Then putting it back.
Within getting of 30 feet, one of the guards in almost a...
Before we get close, I would like to use disguise self and make myself look more elvish.
Okay.
I'm half elf. I want to make myself look. I want to make myself look high elf, so like angular features, like very clean. Maybe even my clothes make them look like more ornate, like add jewels and gems and things like that.
Sponge human.
I want to look very hoity-toity high elf.
Our orc is wearing a fucking brilliant helm.
Yeah, that's great.
Like, you're getting the most respect.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that
And manifold
before
skill.
we approach, because I can cast that at will.
Okay. So within 30 feet, in a very calm, common language, one of the archers up top says, "Excuse me, what is your business here?"
In elvish or
In common.
Okay, common.
Who speaks the best?
Come on now.
And you just
Yeah,
make
you get two
yourself
now.
look like a half elf.
A full elf, a high elf.
Yeah.
Hello, we are travelers from afar, and we have come upon your great city, and we wish to enter and perhaps patronize the businesses here, visit for a bit.
And what brought you here?
Just our travels. We are a well-traveled group. Myself especially, I've kind of gathered this band together around myself.
Oh.
Roll deception.
I was like, why did we start off? Why?
That's going to be a 20... Where's my deception at? It's right there, at 23.
Very well. What wares do you bring with you?
Wares. We have a
Fantastic
couple
helm.
things. Yeah, we do have quite a bit. We are actually purveyors of fine goods. As you can see, my friend here has actually taken quite a liking to this one. It was originally meant for distribution, but
Oh my god.
he loves it a little too much. So we've decided to let him keep it. But we travel in many ways, especially word of mouth. My friend here is actually a keeper of knowledge. I gesture to Edmund. He's a keeper of knowledge, owns one of the most fabled libraries back in our home country.
Yes, I believe perhaps as some of your elders may have known one of my lineage. We've all got the same name, so that makes it a bit easy, but Edmund Gaunt might be somewhere in your libraries.
It is possible. You can go check the Spire of Knowledge if you would like.
Yes.
Open access to the Spire knowledge, all right?
I'm trying to look pretty inconspicuous since I'm clearly not from this fucking planet.
We do require all weapons and any magical affecting devices to be left inside the house here and below us.
That's fair to you. That won't be a problem. We can...
Including all spell books,
That's fine.
scrolls,
Not an issue.
blades,
Don't carry any. I'm fairly familiar with the customs, so I try
arcane
to travel.
orbs.
I try to travel light. That's not a problem. I have none of those things on me, so that's not an issue.
And anything that is done innately will be punished
That's
to the highest degree of death.
Don't know why you're still going. I got all this. Thanks. I'm well traveled, as I said. I'm familiar with the customs of these grand cities such as yours. May I ask the name of the city, if you don't mind?
This is Philothus.
Philothus. I believe
Filter fish.
I'm somewhat familiar with Philothus.
I'm gonna whisper to Dominic. So is he saying that no magic whatsoever can be used?
That is what he's saying.
If you agree on these laws, you are welcome to enter.
I will say, some of our party does have blood that is in and of its own magical, just like yours and mine is. Our high elven blood does carry the blood of our mothers. So they do also carry magic blood. Not quite as fantastic as our own, but I suppose that won't be an issue. I'll make sure they keep things very well under wraps.
You better, or else death will be upon you.
No, I understand completely. I'll take care of it.
We like to keep the peace within these walls.
As do we. We, like I said,
Speaking of peace, then, I must inform you of the wolven and lizard-like creatures not far from here. The werewolves, as I've read them to be called, are decimating what seems to be everything in their path, and should they come here, just a fair warning to be on guard. They seem quite powerful, but weak from a distance, as I'm sure you're attuned from fighting from.
I assume your men would have no issue dispatching them.
You would be correct.
I assume so.
Now,
That's why I said
if
that.
you can enter the portcullis below, there's a room to your left. Please deposit your gear, weapons, and any magical items in
all
each
gear?
locker.
Magical.
I'm not familiar with all gear being deposited. Magical gear, however,
Anything that would or could be used as a weapon.
Oh, okay. That's no problem.
Alright, so.
That's not a problem. I will make sure that my party is
Perhaps,
disarmed at once.
perhaps it's best that we not just leave the helmet lying on some table. Maybe put it
Yeah,
in the bag.
now that we're
Sounds
talking, I say,
good.
why did we immediately jump to? I thought the whole point of this was getting knowledge. Now we don't know why they don't like magic, and I'm certainly not.
Well, we stuff everything in the bag of holding. Leave it here. I'll get back to work.
They seem to be aware
The-
of magic.
The chaos that has been being caused by
We'll be fine.
all this magic seems to affect certain things, so...
Is this new, or do they always have this rule? These are the things we could ask if we didn't.
I will lean in very close. Listen, I got no clue what's going on here. Okay.
Why don't we just ask? That was the whole point of coming here, to figure things out. Now,
So
if
the
they
portcullis gate in front of
They
you,
think we're formed.
what you would
They don't
normally
understand.
think would be gears and chains lifting it, it just starts rising. No noise at all, just a very calm, quiet rise. As
Well, that's magic.
Spire of Knowledge seems like a good
Yes,
place.
I believe we have been searching for answers. We can find it here for a small price to leave our weapons. I'm gonna take the
It's-
helm
it's
off and I'm
fine
gonna
with
put it
me.
in the whoever's got the
Yeah,
bag of
let's
holding.
put everything in the bag of holding.
All right,
First of all.
Yeah, I'll just throw my.
like the four
shit in there.
javelin. I'm just like
So the only magical item I have is my ring. I'm not putting it in the bag of holding. I'm going to put it next to the bag of holding. I want to make that very clear.
so, as you enter the door on the left, you see like what looks like individual lockers.
Yeah.
And it's got a room just on the front, and there seems to be a curator in there that says, "Just place your hand on the room, and it will inscribe the locker to you for until next time you touch it."
Does anybody want to carry the key? I don't care.
It's your
I can.
hand. It's your biometrics.
That's what I'm saying. Like, does anybody else want to do it?
Oh, no.
I'll
is it
do
like
it.
a
Yeah,
locker
you're
with a
right.
door on it?
I'll boop.
As you do that, this door just seems to float off its hinge and just sit there.
That's
Okay.
also magic.
We take it. I'm going to put all of my.
You're not taking anything. The door just comes out and sits
I'm
there.
saying I have no magical items on me except for my ring.
Yep.
And I'm going to take it. I'm going to place it in the locker, not in the bag of holding.
Okay.
And then I'm going to. Everybody else?
Yeah, they'll deposit my things.
Yep.
So I'm gonna put my stuff in there. I'm gonna give a quick little, and Billy's gonna pop up on my shoulder, and I'm gonna like hide him, like kind of like in this little flap of my dress right there, and I'm like He stays.
You all don't have to use just one locker. We have many to go around.
Oh, we travel light. It's not an issue.
Because I'm like shoving another javelin. Like holding.
We can all set our stuff in the same locker, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think it's easier that way. If our stuff goes missing, we only have to do one murder instead of a whole group.
All right.
And then I'll seal back the locker.
Put my ring.
Is that all? Are we clear?
You are good to go.
Oh, thank you very much.
Just like wanding us.
You are welcome to go through the next portcullis gate.
So as we walk through the next portcullis, my hand, the ring just reappears. It can't be removed from me forcibly. So
Okay.
Honestly, same.
it just
I put the Blasty circlet and the Blasty ring. And they're
Just-
obviously not my holy symbol.
also I chose the ring of protection as my pact ring. So ring of protection. Still killing it.
Lit.
All right. So the next gate lifts up. As you walk into the city, the stone pathway in front of you seems to be a mixture of smooth cobble and like a marble surface mixed together to create a very bright line down the middle with ornate curves on the edge. If you walk off of it, it's just a straight, flat, almost iron-like surface.
What color is the brick?
It's all like a light gray, and the marble seems to be almost bright white.
Okay.
And that seems to be going in a straight line down the middle of the path.
Well, I think that I shall follow this.
I suppose Spire of Knowledge. I know Edmund, I'm sure, could be useful there.
Yes, perhaps a Spire of Knowledge for older history, find out where we are, and then maybe we talk to some locals, someone in charge that can tell us
Sure.
what's going
The
on.
sky's still weird. There's still
Yes.
like visible portal stuff.
No one, is anyone reacting to it?
Yeah, that was my question.
Like, are people in the seats like, oh, what?
So everyone walking by, you see every once in a while like glance up and then just continue walking. But they're all walking with a elegance to them, and they all have a very formal dress attire to them.
I'm maintaining my high elf demeanor.
Do we see any other?
Y'all are getting more looks towards you than they are looking up.
So nobody else seems to be non-high elf here.
They're all high elf. You have not seen anything other than the high elf.
And so
You guys are weird. Dorks.
Yeah, I'll just
Find the Spire of Knowledge.
I guess I'll just ask what looks
I mean,
like
I was
anyone
half
to
an high elf.
know where the Spire of Knowledge is.
It's the second highest spire in the center of the city.
May I
What
ask
are
what's
the-
on the first highest
Yeah,
spire?
what are the other spires?
The other spire.
Oh, very well. You want to know what spires? Well,
That's what I asked.
if you go to the shortest spire, that is the Spire of Battle. All the gods seem to get ready there, and that is where the army keeps all their militia. The highest one is the Spire of King.
Can you go from shortest to tallest so I can make this a list, please?
I want to, Dean, I want to throw something at you just to see how you feel about this. So, my background is Far Traveler.
Yep.
And with that, it says, obviously, get curious glances are directed your way wherever you go, which we're getting at anyway. It can be a nuisance, but you also gain the friendly interest of scholars and other intrigued by far-off lands. To say nothing of everyday folk who are eager to hear stories of your homeland. You can parlay this attention into access to people and places you might not otherwise have for you and your traveling companions. Noble lords, scholars, and merchant prince, to name a few, might be interested in hearing about your distant homeland and people.
I will keep that in mind.
I don't know if it helps here, but
Probably will, especially in the Spire of Knowledge here. Alright, Spire 2, second tallest. What do we got? Or second shortest? Whatever.
The second tallest is the Spire of Wisdom.
You have a Spire of Knowledge and Spire of Wisdom?
Yes.
Oh.
The Spire of Knowledge is what you would call a library of sorts.
We have quite a few of those
Yes.
back where we're from.
There's, I believe, 28 floors of knowledge on there.
You just hear Edmund in the back.
Damn robes. Take a seat real quick and just sit here for a few minutes.
Let's scroll in your pocket.
I must have left that wand in my pocket.
I'll have to go return that.
For adults.
The Spire of Wisdom, though, is the home of the Republic Council.
That sounds like
Something else we can't mention.
I was going to say something we should look into.
And then we have the Spire of Trade between all those.
That is where I would enjoy being.
That is what I think you humans call like a supermarket.
You humans? I don't see any humans here. Do you see humans?
I am sorry, but your disguise is nothing compared to what we can see.
Oh.
If you have not known, we are trained in true sight here.
That's right.
Excuse me?
Of course I know that. I'm high.
Yes, I'm also.
I'm going to still maintain the disguise, except I'm going to make my face a little bit uglier and my ears a little bit pointed. Like my ears are like up to here right now. Even longer.
You're not a high elf? What?
What?
You deceived me.
Yeah.
You mean my dad lied to me?
Oh.
All those years ago? I had no idea.
Hey, you put a permanent illusion spell on me?
So I'll say to everybody, well, I know that the Spire of Knowledge is probably very important to Edmund. I think the Spire of Wisdom is where we'll get the most answers about where we are and what's happening in this land.
If they deem.
I'm quite interested in the Spire of Wisdom.
Spire of Wisdom was the second tallest, right? That's the library.
Yeah.
No, it's the Republic Council.
Yeah,
The libraries and the knowledge.
a council would be what
Okay,
we
can we
Perhaps
Spire
Rivendell.
of Battle, Spire of Wisdom, Republic Council, Spire of Trade, Spire of Knowledge.
King is the
Battle.
highest.
Trade, knowledge, wisdom, king.
No, King is the tallest.
Right. That is the way I
Oh, you
went.
did shortest the tallest, didn't you?
Yes.
So there's the King Spire? I didn't
That's
write that
the
one down.
Spire of King.
Jesus.
Is that where the king lives?
Some kind of leader.
Perhaps in a city without any
Only
people
arena.
potentially carrying dangerous magic, we could split up to what means gathering the most information at once. I could go to the Spire of Knowledge and perhaps Rivendell to the Tower of Battle and
I don't
see
like.
what sort of tactics they use.
Not really a fan of splitting up.
Yeah, I think we should. I think if this.
Maybe if
No,
we,
let's walk away from this guy first of all.
yeah.
Oh, yes. Thanks for everything.
Thank you. Thank you, good sir. And I will drop the high elven accent I've been attempting here.
Okay.
And I'll just slip back into my normal Jethro voice. But I'm still maintaining the very pointy ears. Like I'm over exaggerating. It's like
They're just making fun.
it is a character. It is a character of high elves at this point.
Okay.
And I'm going to
I should
say
have made more friends.
it's so weird. I would assume that we would all get useful knowledge at the library, even if some of us can't read. I look at Bulgrim.
Listen,
You can read Rivendell. I know you can. Bulgrim, however, he worries me.
I'm a big fan of the oral storytelling.
I'm sure you are a big guy.
I think the council.
I'll read to you.
The council would be where we would actually get
Yes.
something done. I think we start with the wisdom, see if we can actually get something in movement, or get something moving, something in motion.
Yeah.
And if that fails, then we start doing our own research.
Above table. Someone here has
Unless-
like an illusion spell, right? Like minor illusion, major illusion.
That's the
Maybe.
bar.
Just for the purpose of like we can show them what we've seen. Is the reason I'm asking.
Oh, no.
Damn. So we just gotta describe this shit. Is what you're telling me.
Yep.
All right, cool. I mean, I think those are two. I think the library and the council are two very key places we should go.
Council
Also-
will be a quicker answer.
Yes, council will be a quicker answer, but I do
Council,
think,
we don't have to search 28 for.
Also,
And
they
in
just
the
said if we do
library-
magic, then we die. Right? That's what I heard.
yes, allegedly.
Yes.
So just
See,
Let's
just like
not-
taking deep breaths, like,
let's not do magic unless they ask us.
I will stay calm.
Magic door opens and just goes nuts.
All right.
Okay, let's go to wisdom.
Spire of Wisdom.
See how far we can actually go.
I need some.
What is our pitch? Hey, we're trying to.
I got that. Don't worry
What?
about it.
I'm very much worried about it because the last time I didn't. worry
I
about
Do
it.
you want to break for just in case something dies?
Bricks.
That is something we need to do.
That's fair.
Right? Like
I don't know.
cut every once in a while. So.
Not much, really, honestly. But we need
Well, we
to
do
do
now.
that.
I know we
we
did
just
that
talked
for Fate
about it.
Awakens, you know, like, or
Reckless.
Season 1.
Reckless Arcana. Like every 20 minutes we break, be like, just in case we lose anything, that stuff over there is known to be finicky.
All right, so are y'all going to the Spire of Wisdom first, or are you going to
The one with the library.
Knowledge?
Spire of knowledge.
We audible into knowledge.
And I assume they're signs, so we can find it.
based on the size, they're all pretty centrally located in the city, so
Second tallest.
Quick library check.
you can go over there for sure. All right,
That's travel music.
so upon getting towards the center of the city, there is more of a population here. There is pretty much no emotion on anyone's face. They're all, as well as the elegantly dressed, it's very muted colors as well.
So like my bright red.
You stand out. The brightest red you've seen is this dull, like brownish
So
red.
I like 2 foot long ears. Definitely don't have the situation.
But you get up to the second highest spire, based on what you can see, and you look up, and you just see wall, massive, stark white wall.
Fine with me. Edmund, perhaps you should take point on this one. This seems like your shindig.
Yes, it's a library, so I believe we just enter.
I don't know how to. I don't do libraries.
I've never been to a library. I've been to your library.
Poor Roland can't even
Walk
read.
in.
How
I
do we
just
buy?
walk into the library.
And we walk.
Describe yourselves walking. Guys.
So as you walk in,
What's the travel?
you see a extremely large floating spiral staircase in the center, going all the way up. You see the entire outside in a circular motion, or just books on the wall, just flat against the wall. In between the staircase and the books are just long, flat table that is stark white as well. And just as you go up, you just see each floor end up same exact setup all the way up.
So before we go up, is there a front desk or anything?
There's no front desk.
Is there a...
There are people around just looking at books and reading. There seem to be some sitting at the long tables that go around just reading.
Is there any sort of, not table of contents, because that's for a book.
Like an index?
Like an index, yeah.
card catalog?
Make a investigation check for me.
Everyone look for an index of some sort.
Go over and just start pulling books off the shelf.
Investigation is a 20.
20?
Good job.
Nice.
Unless if somene's helping, then it would be more.
I wish I could.
Even if I did, you get
I
plus
would
0.
hurt your investigation if I tried to.
I'm not proficient. Sorry.
Wish I could.
Or
I
like,
think I found it. I think I found it. Sir, that's a pop-up book.
You kind of get the gist that it's by era for each floor. It seems to be the higher you go, the closer to the modern era you get.
So we're on the bottom floor right now.
Yes. Anything you're looking at on the bottom floor looks to be covered in dust, falling apart. But they're all, for the age of the books, they look extremely well kept. And when I say age of the books, they're millennia years old.
Well,
Told me.
this is... My assumption is to be correct, then. They have information ranging back a couple of millennia with some of these books. So, if we wish to know the origin of the pillars, I'm sure it's documented somewhere. But
I think we're more
if
immediate.
Do we know the ages of the pillars? Have we ever gotten information?
And you said our elder back in Aussie Rune, he was like 800, and his grandfather did magic,
Yes.
right?
Well, Keapor's granddad built pillars, didn't he? Wasn't he part of like one of the founding pillar
One
members?
of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Right,
And Keapor is an elf, and her granddad, her dad was assuming an elf, or
right.
So
1,000-ish.
we're looking at a
If
certain
let's
concept.
look in. Let's start with the bottom floor, I guess. That's what I'm saying. Like Edmund can spend a day here if you guys want to do other shit,
I'm gonna look
Well-
for a restricted section.
and the council can be.
You
the
don't
last
see anything
thing.
restricted.
Everything seems to be wide
Just go
open.
straight up.
No
We need-
basement, no.
I think we need to target certain things we're trying to solve.
We need information from this city, like immediate.
So we gotta go on
to-
it.
So some of you go to the
Yes.
top. and I will stay on the bottom and work my way up until I figure out perhaps something about the pillars. of
Yeah,
creation.
you're on history duty.
Right.
The rest of us need to be. How do we deal with what we're dealing with right now?
Yes.
I think is the plan.
I assume,
Walking up.
yeah, top floor. We could probably get like a current event,
Yeah.
like a newspaper essentially.
If I could. Okay.
So who's going up
It's like
first?
being written
I'm going
on
up.
top.
Up.
All five of them can go up.
I'm gonna stay at the bottom with Evan just to keep an eye on him, and I'm also gonna talk to somebody who's reading a book at some point.
Okay. You're gonna be that person in the library. Huh?
What do you read?
What's that?
What are
All right. As you all approach these steps, they're literally floating in midair. As you step on it, you can see it like move ever so slightly with your weight, but
Oh, that's
you
bullshit.
go all the way up.
Every time you're saying
Have we seen anyone do an actual spell at any point?
Cast detect magic. I will.
It's just all like
That's magic.
inherent
That's
magic,
fine.
Yeah.
like latent stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The city itself seems to have just had magic in it.
So
But-
as we go up the stairs, I'm definitely going to note that like we just got magic. This city seems to have been thriving on magic for quite some time.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's something to note. I know we've all made that, but like let's make sure we definitely highlight that in our journals.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for like a history of this city book.
Yeah. You're going very top?
Yeah.
Floor 28?
I'm effectively looking for like a newspaper.
Yeah, that's
like current events.
I'm looking for like what is a recent big event they've had. Like, do they have like a big festival that's coming up, or like a big festival that just happened?
Council votes on this.
Yeah,
You know,
that's also what I'm looking for.
that's what
You're looking for more like council votes and things. I'm looking for like, was there a big festival recently? Like some interesting thing that's happened recently, just to kind of get like.
Both of you roll me investigations on what you're looking for.
I'm looking for a coloring book.
Is there anyone
There you
else
go,
on this
buddy.
floor?
Yeah.
Dirty
the
20.
coloring book's gonna be the one that actually gives us the most information.
Color the recent events.
That's right. Color the ancient war between humans and elves.
What are you looking for up here?
History on the city.
Investigation. Are you on top floor?
Yeah.
Can it be
Brindle,
perception?
coloring book?
Nothing specific, just
Just roll roll perception for you since you're not looking for anything specific.
I don't know, they might have a
Wow, look at this guy.
What a waste of a 20.
It's a solid 4.
nat 20 for a 21.
What'd you roll?
It's a solid 4.
Okay.
Get your perception up.
It'll be the easiest one unless you. What'd you get?
Perception is just so I can
Six.
have a plus.
Both of you will be really
I
easy.
can't investigate.
So you're looking for
only
history of the
see-
city.
Yeah.
My proof is
Um,
much better.
You find what looks like to be like a school textbook.
Cool. I'm gonna read it.
I mean, I was just looking for a newspaper.
Whatever they teach their kids is good enough for me.
What are you looking
Literally
for?
just looking for a newspaper.
Like a newspaper
Today's
something?
newspaper. That's all I was looking
And
for.
you don't find anything.
Oh.
I'm looking for like
Rimville.
With a
Seems
nat
like-
20
seems like
perception
the
check.
easiest-
21, yeah.
Bro.
You find the study of the exoskeleton of a large beetle known to eat men. And it's got bright, colorful pictures in it.
Just men, no women.
Look at it the whole time.
Doesn't like boobs.
I'm looking for like what is their calendar of events? Do they have festivals they celebrate? Do they have a particular god? Like like in like history class where they have like that section in the back of the book that's like here's the state flag, here's the state motto, here's the state bird. That's what I'm looking for of this city.
That's gonna
And
really
what'd you
help
roll?
us.
Well, no, because I want to know like what's their city about.
No, I know.
What'd you roll though?
A 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
I just
All right, so
Boykin Spaniel. That's the state
what you find is you find a few books that give you that information in a more broad spectrum. You now understand after reading here for a few hours that the town itself keeps to itself and likes to build from itself within. You also know that they have a very large underground labyrinth that they keep digging deeper and deeper to gather more resources.
Is it dark?
You just know they gather resources from it, and it's just a labyrinth so that they can keep things hidden as well.
Don't like that.
They have a large underground
ground.
Undercarriage.
Instead of expanding out, they're gathering resources from beneath.
Yep.
Exactly like a large underground labyrinth. Literally what he
Yeah.
said.
That's exactly what he said. Good job.
Yeah.
We deciphered
You
it.
don't have to say it, but we got it.
Okay. You also have. They do have events, but it's more like contests of talent.
No.
Nothing that brings outside talent in. They do have merchants and normal people from outside come in and out, but it is very strict on anything that happens. And there have been a case of them bringing in a circus at one point that is immediately shot down upon doing anything more than an abnormal trick.
So they are very anti-magic from outsiders, but they are very pro-magic on their own. Is what I'm gathering here.
So what you've gathered
Is
is
that a correct
They're
assumption?
afraid of
anything that can be hostile in any sort of the word, they will kill upon
So
sight.
like if a nightmare appeared in this building right now.
Yeah, probably. That'll probably qualify.
So
Flaming horse dug itself in the depths of hell.
rolled itself out of hell.
In the middle of the city.
Just flames.
Your book.
What'd you learn? Today?
You know this creature to still be alive in this world. And it is the size of a mammoth. It is a bug that burrows, and it eats anything humanoid to live on.
Someone's having nightmares tonight.
The first.
Way to go, DM.
But
They got
But it's the exoskeleton of this beetle can be used to make some of the hardest armor known in history.
Should I know this?
Armor's
Like,
hard.
as
Now
a
Remdil-
D&D player? Like, just in general?
Remdil wants to hunt it.
Like, above table, should I know this? Because I don't have any clue what
I
this
was thinking
insect
Umberhold,
is.
but I'm not sure.
What do I learn?
Umberhold?
I don't know.
I was thinking Beret. No, it's more like a shirt.
You get an idea that
I just think of tremors every time someone says
See the bullet?
burrows.
That's what I was
I'm
thinking.
learning.
the city is all the kids are brought up to believe that magic was given to them from the gods,
Mm-hmm.
and it was
Which god did she read?
Yeah.
it just says from the gods.
Gods plural?
So look at
I'm
the
fine with
pantheon, pretty much.
But gods plural?
Yes.
You're just like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, yep.
She's like,
Sounds normal.
Shit makes sense.
You are supposed to follow
like last week.
the council and king to a T.
Okay.
Obey the laws, and you will thrive, kind of thing.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay.
It's not much of a history. It is a guidebook to.
Indoctrination. Got it.
You better listen, or you won't do well.
Are there any like specific
Okay, it's spicy.
rules that I kind of pick up on that I would feel like I needed to adapt into my behavior while being
I
here?
don't want to play baseball, but this sounds racist.
Pretty much anything hostile, do not do.
Okay.
Anything that could be perceived as hostile.
There's just like super
Yeah.
pacifist.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome, Dominic.
All right, we'll get to you real quick.
Hmm?
Who do you go up to? There's some people sitting down reading, browsing shelves,
Equilibrium.
walking around, just flipping pages.
Sure. Everyone looks about the same. No one looks more important, less important, different, stand out. Everybody looks kind of very vanilla.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay. I will go over to a few folks who are sitting down reading.
Okay, they're all individuals right now.
Okay.
They're pretty.
There's like couches
solos.
and things.
No, there is a table that literally is just one long table around the entire.
Sure. It's like a
Entirety.
big community table.
Yep, and there's just one bench on one side.
Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can sit in between a couple people
Mm.
that are sitting there reading.
Okay, you sit beside one person.
Okay. I'll just kind of lean over and I'll go. Excuse me.
You're excused. That is very nice of you, but you could have done it somewhere else.
Oh yes. Well, I
Being real confrontational for the pacifist city.
don't mean to be rude, but I'm new in town. I am not from here.
I can see that.
New
take-
in town.
Take a liking in reading.
Yes, I have read many books in the past.
The covers?
I guess just a quick question for you, not to interrupt too much, but is there like a gathering place, a tavern, a place for drink and food, and somewhere in the city that you would recommend for a traveler?
Oh, yes. There is the Far Plain, which has very nice spirits.
Ah, the Far Plain, yes.
Spirits.
And is it close? Is it far away? Is it somewhere?
Oh, it's actually, if you go across the street when you exit the Spire, take a left, and the second street down, it's this third building on the right.
Thank you very much for your patronage.
Yes.
Do you mind if I ask what you're reading here today?
Oh, very well. This is a book that I wrote.
Oh, you wrote this?
Yes.
book?
Reads their own book.
I have made 3 copies of this so far.
Are they for sale? Can I purchase them?
Oh, you are more than welcome to buy it.
I am not from here. What currency do you
This
use?
is the
Shells, or do you use like rocks or gems or something?
We prefer gold coins.
Gold coins.
Yes.
Well, I'm at a lack of
Platinum coins.
Alas, for gold coins at the moment, I actually gave all of my gold away to everyone else in the party.
Why did you do that?
I don't have no idea.
Seems short
But maybe I can come back. What is the going rate for your book?
Oh, it's 300 gold coins.
Oh, fine. And may I
But I will give you a discount of 265.
Well, before I make any kind of commitment, what is your book about? Is it
it's
exciting tale
autobiography.
of yourself?
Oh, yes.
And do you
My
mind?
adventures in the city.
Is it a large book? You've been around for a long time.
Oh, it's 382 pages.
Oh my goodness! And you're very old then.
Yes, I have written it in 0.8 font.
Yes, of course. I know what that is.
I
All right. Well, can I get your name? Maybe I can come purchase this another time.
Yes. It's
Fulgrim's so nice, bro.
Hello, say asshole.
Massive axe on my back. I'm just like,
No,
the axe.
Raphelion.
Oh, Raphelion.
Yes.
Well, I am Fulgrim Hollow. Nice to meet you today.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you.
He's doing it in his book.
All right.
I will even give you a signature for 300 gold as well.
Yes, a signed copy would be wonderful. I will gather some gold and take a recommendation for the tavern. And I don't want to disturb you any further.
Yes, the tavern's actually written in the book. If you go to page 293.
Yes, of course. Thank you for your patronage.
Oh, I really appreciate it. Do you have any friends that want to read it as well? There's one copy here. I can loan it to you.
Oh, I would be grateful. Yes,
but I cannot sign this one. This is the Spire's copy.
Yes. I will borrow this, and then maybe I will purchase a signed copy from you.
Oh, of course. I would gladly do it for
Well, thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. We had to leave all of our things at the front when we entered here, so I don't have much to pay with. But I will go get gold, and maybe we can work something out.
Very well.
All right. Well,
You have a great day, and I appreciate your reading ability.
yes, Raphelion. Yes, I can read.
I appreciate your literacy. Good job knowing words.
I can read.
Yes, I am a.
I just kind of hold the book out and just like things that people who can't read say. You know,
Yes, I
like
can.
hold the book up against my chest. Like,
I will take good care of it, and I'm going to walk back over to Edmund.
Okay.
That's all.
Edmund,
Oh yes, thank you.
What do
I
you-
can read.
what exactly are you looking for to a T?
So I'm going, if it's by age, or
Oh, that was.
I'm gonna pick up a book and kind of see what I see. I mean, I have to kind of place things in time. So if I feel like it's full of stuff with magic, I'll go up a floor. And I'm trying to figure out where that break is between, like, obviously I want to find something not related to this city, but something about the world.
Are you starting at the
history.
top floor, or where are you starting?
The bottom floor, the oldest. So I'm
Okay.
looking for world books, not city books.
Okay. And you're looking for the break in magic?
So, yeah, if I open up a book and they're like, Taliban the Great, threw 1,000 fireballs at an army and they die. That's not what I'm looking for, right? But if I go up a floor and they're like, humans are in a bad state because magic fell.
That's what you're looking for.
It
You're
would be
looking
a
for that
big
break.
enough story that someone would write a book about.
Okay.
You think?
The fall of magic.
Or if one of the floors seems to have way less books.
Or 27. The shelves are very barren compared to every single other one.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to floor 26
Okay.
and start looking at stuff. I don't know how they organize or Dewey Decimal System their shit, but if there seems to be some sort of tablature around the outside that kind of lends itself to fiction, nonfiction,
The
autobiographies.
stairs are magic and there's no librarian. I feel like there's got to be some like magical.
How
way
are
to
people
figure
gonna
it out.
know what to find, right?
So if you start looking at these shelves, make a perception check for me at advantage. I'll give it to you since you are a librarian.
I'm literally a librarian.
Actually,
I guess I'll give you advantage on this one.
You said what? Perception or investigation? Perception on this one.
16.
16? Okay. So when you're looking at the circle itself, you can almost see a pattern of like a timeline that almost does a upward spiral around the
To the next
entire
floor?
circle. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to try to find even that break, I guess, in the walls where it seems to go from a shit ton of books to lesser books
Okay.
and start looking.
So
at
as you can
section.
exit the spiral, if you continue the spiral, you can almost see the start of the timeline towards the end of the timeline. So the spiral of time on that era follows the steps as well on the inside.
Which makes sense. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm doing.
So as you go to the almost complete opposite side, following the time, you see the very last 10 shelves start to get less and less
Okay. So that's the kind
until one spot just looks barren.
of one whole shelf, just like.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm looking at stuff around there.
Okay. You pick a few books and
And I know they're looking for a few hours, so I'll.
make a investigation check for me.
13.
13. You find a few stories on magic getting out of control. You find city councils getting together to discuss ways to cull what has become an abnormal and almost chaotic form of magic.
Okay. So since I'm trying to remember what Edmund knows versus what I know from the other stuff. Okay, yeah, just keep going.
You find a name, Mentis, that you know, and reading around Mentis, you then come across the number 12 many times.
Just looking everywhere.
There seems to be you can't quite find everything to like put together, but if you spend enough time here, you feel like you would probably put a lot together in this section of the book, but it'd take you days, maybe even months to put the whole story together.
And I mean, that would be kind of worth it.
You just live here for like a week, man.
And then let me check out the shelf right on the other side after the barren shelf. So if this is full of books,
You'd have to go up one level. The barren shelf is the last
doesn't
one.
it spiral up to the next
If you
level?
go on the steps and go up.
Oh, okay.
The step spiral, and then there's just.
Yep, there literally is like a donut platform, and in the center of the donut, there are the steps that go up as well.
Yeah. So I'll go and check the beginning of the next
Okay.
floor. as well.
Getting up there, roll me another investigation check.
That one's 19.
Okay. Right when you get up here, the stories become less dramatic. There seems to be a calm to them, but you don't see any mention of magic, or there's specific mentions of I can no longer perform like I used to.
I don't have authority.
So no one's reading and writing books about like what was lost.
Looking through here, you do see the word magic appear and say something along the lines of the magic that used to be here has dulled to a minuscule amount. What used to be able to conjure crates and teleport across lands, I can barely open doors like I used to.
So as I am walking up to meet them, because I know they're at the top floor, I'm going to be scanning all the books to see if I see the symbol that's on his ring on any of the books, like on a spine.
You roll investigation actually.
That one's actually 24.
Okay. You barely see one book
That has that symbol.
that
on it.
has it.
And I'm gonna
Let's go.
You open it.
I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna look at it. Does it say anything on the front or the back?
Black leather.
I am going to open it because why wouldn't I? I just don't like your questioning. I don't like your kind of questioning, but yes, I'm gonna open it.
As you open it, you see ripped pages, ink splotches all over. You see what looks like burn marks. There's nothing legible inside here. It looks purposely destroyed.
Tight. I'm gonna keep it with me and take it. I don't have my spell book. Oh wait, do you need your spell book for cantrips?
No.
You don't, right?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. I'm not a
you
wizard today.
I don't think you do.
Nope, you just have them in your head.
I think you just
You actually don't need your spellbook for the ones you prepared
I
this
think
morning.
you just need a focus.
Oh, I don't even need my spell book for the ones I prepared.
I need all the materials and all that stuff. Though.
Or a focus.
Because I don't have a focus. Well, my book is my focus.
Oh,
But for
then-
cantrips, you don't need a focus.
That's correct.
No.
Can I try to mend it? That's not destructive. That's not hostile. I'm literally using magic to fix something.
I mean, you
Right,
can't
I
create
get
something
it.
from nothing.
So as you cast mending on it, it almost gets worse. Like you
The
go,
roots, like rip more?
you go to mend it, the ink bleeds more. The burn seems to have lit fire, but there's no fire. It just burns deeper.
All right, I'm still gonna keep it. I'm gonna shut it though.
It just falls apart.
And stop spell. All right, yeah, stop mending immediately. Destroying a book. And I'm just gonna take it with me, and I'm gonna keep it on me. Keep that M&F thing on me.
Stay strapped.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna meet them.
You go upstairs and meet them.
Well, I'm gonna make sure I look for still.
Well, you
if there was another.
look back down and Bulgrim's sitting next to some guy, and they're like talking energetically.
I now say without the shadow of a doubt that this place does not have a weekly or daily newspaper.
Oh, that doesn't seem to be much going on here, if I'm being
They
honest.
do have an Undercity.
I did find a textbook like they would use in some sort of educational aspect. And
Call it
it
school.
oh, good.
For not from here.
And it seems that they are very big on conformity, and they're very anti-aggression and anti-anything. Anything to
Why,
disturb the
though?
peace.
Anything to disturb the peace. Well, a city in good form wouldn't want crime. I'm
Sure, but this
Yeah,
is a
but
bit
still.
much. So what happened to where there's so extreme in it?
Did I
And
read about why?
No.
we need an angle if we're going to, the top of the city.
why?
Our angle might be we also want to restore the peace, and all this is chaos. Let's stop the chaos.
I think
That's a good angle.
I think that's a very good angle.
That's a reason for them,
Like, hey, this city is great. We want to help make the rest of the world like
Also,
this.
we clearly have offensive magic. I don't think we can hide that. So it gets us out of your city. Let us deal with the problem. Keep your city clean.
Right.
I think that's the angle that we can use.
So you're telling me you don't have defense?
We'll be the bad guys. And
Yeah, we'll be your
Go.
mercenaries.
And we can just say, well, how did you perfect your city?
Yeah, we just because that's. Did anyone find anything on the leadership? Should we trust it? Because there's nothing to make.
The king and the council.
Yes.
Yeah, you got
Right.
the council too.
The king and the council.
You did.
Make
You did
the-
get titles of the council.
Oh, cool. Like what?
You got the Master of Coin,
Okay.
the Master of People,
This sounds familiar.
I just like PTSD.
Master of Ships,
Master of coin, people, ships.
the Mother,
The mother.
Yikes.
Commander of Guard,
Okay.
and the King's Hand.
Yep.
You got all that?
Hey, I know the king's hand.
Yeah,
That was coin.
You were coin?
That was coin.
Oh, nice.
Outfitting.
I hate this.
Didn't we also kill the unicorn in that one? Yeah, we saw it. Okay.
No, we
So-
trained for the unicorn.
When
We didn't kill it.
we meet with the council, and I'm not pointing out any specific members of this party. Again, I still don't know you guys very well, but some
No,
of
your
us,
instinct is correct.
some of us are going to have to be as gentle as possible.
No, she's not looking at me. She's looking at you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm known
looking.
for
I'm
my
looking at Jethro.
over-aggression.
I
found a book on beetles.
But
And I'm
I have been
looking-
nothing but a soothsayer this whole
I'm
time.
kind of looking at Edmund too.
Edmund
I never heard nobody.
You're like one of the youngest guys here, really.
So perhaps whoever speaks to the council should be the least confrontational of us all.
Easy peasy. I got that.
Well, I'm not 100% confident
Well,
that you are the
Clara,
best
you're
choice.
not from around here, so your opinion is irrelevant.
From like downstairs, you hear, "Oh yes, I would love to have your autobiography. This is wonderful. This is great.
Perhaps you should go
Some
to
Fulgrim, yeah, for sure.
I will ask Jethro while they're talking about that sort of thing if I can see his ring. The pillows one. And I'm going to put it, and I'm going to try to like press maybe the symbol against the spine of the symbol.
So this spine of the symbol has numbers 1 to 12 on it.
Oh, well then I will put it
From 1 all the way down to 12.
Or wait, one's the
Oh, yes.
One's the lowest, 12's the highest.
We had two. We got one.
Okay,
We
so
traded.
I'll put it on the one symbol.
Close.
As you do that,
Smart!
and you open it, everything falls to dust. But you see a like magical aura just floating in the spine itself.
What the heck?
Like a page is kind of floating.
Like I can manipulate it?
You try to manipulate it.
Yeah.
So as you
I'll like try to manipulate it maybe like with the ring, like as I'm holding it.
You put it up in there.
so the page moves, but there's nothing on it.
Maybe put
Bounce book, though.
What?
Okay, yeah.
I
Just
don't
like
know.
mind of
I have no idea. We're just
Slip it
trying-
on.
As the rightful bearer of the ring, I will allow you to wear it.
Slip it on and then hold the book and try to touch it.
The page moves.
So the page is it one page?
It's just one page that's floating there. A like almost bluish aura.
I've seen this. You hold a candle to it.
No, you eat
Just try and hold
You
it.
gotta pee on it.
Yeah, I'll try to pick it up. Is it kind of like
The page is in the spine.
Oh, okay, right.
There's nothing on it.
One
It's,
page.
It's a book with one page.
the page is probably this thick, or the book itself is this thick. But the page is just one page, just
Yeah, hot
floating
dog.
there.
And it's blank.
Completely blank.
Maybe try and let Jethro read
I
it.
am better than you.
Since it maybe it knows that you're not really the owner of the ring.
Put the
Also,
ring
maybe-
on. Slap him.
Maybe we make a wall of bodies so we aren't like.
I mean, we're just reading the book.
I'm sure there's a shit ton of magic books up
Yeah, so I'm gonna put the ring
Reading the
on.
book and like fire flies out.
And I'm going to like mentally focus on being a Hidden Pillars member. Like I'm gonna think nothing but everything we know about Hidden Pillars. And then I'm gonna open the book,
The one page is just sitting there.
and it's like when you say page, like it's just like
It's just this.
It's just like a blank page.
It's a blank. It looks like a minor illusion just floating there. It's kind of transparent.
Given that I'm a pro,
It looks kind of ethereal in a way.
given that I'm a pro at this, I would like to attempt to like mind trance the book.
What?
What
I'm possessing the book. Okay.
What?
If it's magical in nature, it might be like something like you have to like read the book like mentally.
Dude, it's your
Where on your character sheet does it say I can jump
So
into
wait,
books?
can
so
possess
the
things.
book has to make a save.
Yeah. I'm trying to like put my spirit.
What's your DC?
I don't fucking remember.
Well, that's important.
I can get there. Hold on.
That's how D&D works.
It's true.
Just checking the spell book.
I have an idea after this, by the way.
Oh, I have lots of weapons, but I'm not there.
Yeah. You're talking.
Hey, man, I was like, where's the next tavern?
Spell save DC is. I'm just gonna assume that my character sheet here is right. 17.
Okay. Jethro falls on the floor.
I don't know, but like
The book falls on the floor.
well, the whole thing is like so. To clarify, like Devil's Possession, the spell allows me to take my soul and put it into my target. So that's the goal here.
Soul's in the book.
It is. It goes from the book.
You jumped books.
Yes, I'm jumping books essentially. My soul's been in a book this whole time, so this isn't much of a leap.
I mean, that's fair.
Okay.
What do I get?
12
dear.
seconds pass by,
Okay, cool.
and you're back in your body.
Did I get anything?
You have a very, achy spine right now.
Did I get anything from the book?
What you felt was almost like a shattering, like a ripping, like you were being burned. You felt like you were being harmed.
Can I tell if it's a fresh wound?
It just non-stop pain
No, it's a flesh
for
wound.
12 seconds.
That didn't work. But perhaps you said something about the horse being able to give us this sort of etherealness. Perhaps it must be red.
Yes.
Where that is.
Based on my study, and again, you attempt to decipher my book as much as possible. This horse should be able to take us to the ethereal plane.
And perhaps that is where the book must be read, with the page.
Could be.
state.
Perhaps you should just keep the book on us and we can test it out.
Yes, I'd like to find perhaps someone we could purchase it from, or a librarian that would allow us to check it out. But I haven't seen.
Just walk out, someone will stop us, and that's the person we ask.
Right.
That's the way I've lived my whole life. If someone doesn't stop you, you're in the clear.
Sounds good. All right.
All right. So we confer what we all found, and I guess try to leave with the book. I'll hold on.
Do you want to hold it?
Yeah.
Okay. As you go to leave, if you're holding the book, it's almost like a wall is right there.
I should have thought of that. I don't know why.
That's magic.
Can I announce loudly? Get some attention. There's a curator here of some kind. I have a question.
That's what you hear in one corner.
It's Bullgrim.
It's a library.
From not far away, this younger elf comes up. Sir? Yes.
Yeah.
You're not from around here, are you, sir?
No, I come from a library quite far away, but
Well, nothing can leave the spire that is property of the spire. I'm sorry, sir.
yes, are you a curator?
No, I'd like to read.
Well, who could I talk to about this book in particular?
Anyone
Sir.
that knows
Is there
of
an
it?
expert here, a librarian of sorts? Surely
we-
for a place called the Spire of Knowledge, there has to be someone quite knowledgeable here.
We all like to see ourselves as knowledgeable that come here to learn. But this spire is controlled by the council, unfortunately.
The council, yes. Well, we were heading there next. Do they have the ability to let people take things in and out of this room?
They don't like anything that's property of the spire to leave, unfortunately.
Yes, but do they have the power to do such a thing?
They probably do. I've not had a issue just coming here and relaxing and having a read every once in a while.
Yes, and you could not read at home any of these.
No, you can't.
To be fair, We don't have to leave the library to go to the ethereal plane.
I know, but I'm just really trying to avoid that.
You guys pick up all bodies and we can make this happen.
I don't think we can hide that.
Let's try to do it the right way first.
Let's
and
do
then
it the right way. Yeah.
You want to
We'll
throw it out there? Or roll it up?
So that can be a part of our asking
Yes.
once we do the wisdom thing,
Right.
Right, I
which
guess.
I think we have a good.
Now we have a couple things we want.
Do you just like throw it on the ground and walk out, or do you take it like all the way back up?
Yeah,
Just put it on the table. I'm sure it goes back magically somehow.
I guess.
I'll leave it somewhere I feel like I can find it.
You put it on a shelf. Where do you put it?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on a shelf.
Give it to the
You
audience.
got it from the second row, so it's not like
I got it from the 27th
Second from the last.
row. 27th floor.
That's a lot of floors for this guy.
exactly what I'm coloring a book.
I will. I want to leave it out. All right, it's probably been here forever. I'm gonna go put it back up.
No.
It then disappears for a long time.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go up 27 floors.
As he trudges up the stairs. All right, that's good. Now let's get out of here.
So as Esmond comes back, y'all get out.
Can someone ask that elf? Is there like a process to speak to the council? Or?
That could be a good question if you want to ask him that. He's right there. I'm assuming that he's still standing there,
Oh, girl.
and we didn't leave.
You could ask the elf. No
I
one's
asked.
asking.
Oh, I was just wasn't there.
Scared of
You guys are waiting
No,
for
I didn't leave. I never said I left the upstairs.
He hasn't talked.
Are you scared of her?
I asked the person.
Racist?
Ask her.
Yeah.
We're scared. Oh, we're scared.
So
Yeah. Is there like a process or like a line to have an audience with this council we hear so much of, or is there?
You have to put a request in.
Yep.
Usually it is answered within an hour or so.
No. What do we put in a request?
As long as you don't do it in
Sorry.
off hours.
Go ahead.
Okay. No, thank you.
Yes.
Who do we request it from?
Yeah.
Oh,
I assume that help desk at the top council.
there's a few people that help, like assistants inside the first floor.
Inside the first floor of the Tower of Wisdom.
Correct.
Wisdom.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, we do that.
There's no assistance here.
So wisdom is better than knowledge. Is that what you're
I mean, I agree.
Then I suppose we go set an appointment.
Sure.
Yes.
I can handle
We
that.
do that.
Okay. So you leave the Spire of Knowledge after 27 floors again.
Yep.
So the spires are literally in the same circle with each other.
To the Spire of Knowledge. Or Wisdom. Sorry.
You go on the Spire of Wisdom.
Yep.
Which is the second from smallest.
Before we walk in, I'll handle this, by the way. Easily.
I just
Listen.
I
know
just still
you're not
don't
from
know
here.
that that's I get it,
You're
but
not
how
from around here. You don't know how things play.
I understand, but I
got this.
I feel like this civilization is closer to what mine is like than it is to
No
what
one knows what your
yours is
civilization was like, you weirdo. Okay, so you just
Me, I
stay in your
do.
lane.
Bolgrim was running out of the library after you guys, and is like, "Yes, the Far Plain Tavern, of course. Yes, we'll check it out. Thank you for your book. I appreciate your patience."
You took his book?
I'd come right out with the book.
No, you don't. You get stopped at the
Oh, did you get stopped?
Yeah,
Give it to me.
No, that is the copy that stays at this.
Oh,
The spire.
and drop it, keep running.
Free answer.
Drop it, keep running. Like just try a little bit.
Did
Like
you make a
later.
friend?
Come back up. Yes, actually, I was able to make a friend with I make a friend with an individual named Refillion.
Can't say your Elvish words.
Refillion.
Sound it out.
Yes, Refillion.
That's nice, Bolger. I'm so happy for you.
He gave me his autobiography, and but I couldn't take it out of the library for some reason. But not to interrupt it, let's proceed to wherever we're going.
Okay.
Yeah. Help desk of the Spire Wisdom.
Okay. So you get to the Spire of Wisdom. This spire has a very similar spiral staircase in the center, but you can't see up the whole thing like you could before. It's more of a smaller, tighter circle in the middle.
So I like it.
there are multiple elves down here. Two of them seem to be more important and more official looking than the others. One female and one male. So you go up to anyone in particular?
Nope. First closest.
One looks more slender and one look more masculine in this conversation. You can stop me if you want.
There's curves here and not there at the same time.
Excuse me.
When I hear him clear his throat, I will say, "Hello, we are looking to set an appointment to meet the council."
Let's see what's on the agenda today.
my one gift.
I do.
Which one are you talking to, by the way?
You
The
took
one
her
I'm
away from me.
Obviously.
Let's see which one. Let's see the schedule for today. We could probably fit you in about 3 ticks.
we gonna drink?
I'm sorry, I'm not really from around here. Could you explain to me what a tick is?
Oh, it's if you grab one of the time glasses and hold it up to the sun, a tick is one of those lines.
Could you show me what a time glass? I'm from very far away.
Oh, you've never seen a time glass before?
I've not.
Very well. Let me pull it
How
out
about
for
you
you.
just say the word tick and then say the word tick again when the tick is passed?
That might take a little bit of time. Here's the time glass.
Okay.
I will allow you to borrow it. Go outside, hold it up to the sun, where the circle is at the sun, and you will see where a tick is.
Okay, I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll come right back.
You hold it up. You hold it up. You see like a series of lines in a sphere that will
Okay.
go around. The circle is now at one line, and you can see the circle and the sun move at the exact same time, and it goes to a line after about an hour.
Gotcha.
Damn.
An hour.
Okay. Cool.
It's like a fancy sundial.
Yes, I do actually.
So
But I wasn't allowed to.
So we'll wait. We'll wait 3 ticks, or I'll wait 3 ticks. Y'all can do whatever. I'm gonna watch the time.
We drank.
We're gonna go on the far plane.
Oh no, me and Logan were sitting in the corner drinking.
Well, okay, so based on your explanation, does it seem like we're going to be waiting for several?
Yes.
3 hours.
3 hours.
May
Oh, that's fancy. I have one of those.
May I
right here.
ask,
I have one already.
who all of the council is in today?
They all are required to be in for about 10 ticks a day. Except for,
They're not a union?
except for,
Not safe. Not a union state.
well, they are not in tomorrow, unfortunately. Let's see, the agenda, today they're available.
Oh,
In 3 ticks.
the
And 3
full.
ticks.
What is the full quorum of councils?
You have,
Quorum.
you
Not quorum.
have 6 members.
6.
There's the Master of Coin, the Master
We do
of
that.
People,
We do that. My bad.
We don't-
Ships, the Mother,
Gotcha.
Commander of Guard, and the King's Hand.
That was Thomas being a dumb.
That one.
Gotcha. No, see, I was making sure they weren't lying to us, making sure lines up.
So, what do you all want to do for 3 hours?
Drink. Well, I was told that there was a tavern if we want to just, spend some time in a tavern for a few hours before we go, or you can stay here. We
I'm
can
gonna
go.
sit outside and watch my sundial, and I'm gonna probably play some music, and the band will come out and sing little songs.
You could probably make some coin at the tavern by playing music there if you wanted to.
coin.
Yes, gold coins. They mentioned
I don't
it
think
at
she's
the,
familiar with that kind of thing, Bolden.
the gentleman I met at the library said that they use gold coins here as currency. So if
Currency?
you wanted to purchase things,
So,
people will give you items in return for gold, not just for services rendered.
This conversation.
That seems very silly.
It's like trading.
Yes, in my
trading.
trading.
Yeah, trading,
Yeah, you trade.
absolutely.
Yes, you trade some metal as a
For a service.
for services.
sometimes it's
Yeah.
hard to tote around a full bushel of
Right.
vegetables. So
I've actually tried to do this.
Someone makes me armor, and I kill someone for them.
Yes,
right?
of course, yes. But instead of killing them, you just give them
It's
some metal.
it's a representation of a bushel of apples.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Sounds
So
like
I
a
kill
lawsuit.
someone, they give me some gold. That gold carries the value of the killing. And
I'd
I
actually
can
seen
use
that
that
killing
gold
man
to
before.
exchange. So I have to kill them in front of, if you wanted to make armor, I
But
would
we
kill
can
them in
have
front
this.
of you.
You can stay if you want.
Exchange the gold.
You are very talented. Maybe
It's like a
you could-
certificate.
There's
You
also
could-
a system of borrowing. that can accrue
explain
some sort of.
There's also another
concept called credits. Right, doing commerce.
And
We
Farah
never
is
really-
like frowning like the whole time. Like
I will say, so
This just
the way it
doesn't-
works
right.
is essentially these
Doesn't make
gold
sense.
coins are supposedly backed by a physical good. However, of modern day, it is no longer a thing. The money has lost its value. We call that inflation. So inflation, the way that works. And we're
what
going
happens
on
if you
full
lose the coin?
to,
Well, if you lose the coin, if someone else finds it, it's worth as much as it was to you. So it's really about who holds it, really. But I just all let me just say is that you are very
It
talented.
is very foolish.
Many people would love to hear your music, and in return, they would give you things that you could use to buy other things.
Am I wrong?
I would just rather play.
That's
Nothing.
fine. That's okay.
Play. We're
I
gonna
offered it. Let's go to the far
Yes.
play for the next couple of hours. Edmund, what do you think? You
We
wanna
go
with
to
us?
the tavern.
Yes, this is fine.
Swing through this.
Edmund's upset because there was not more information at the library. Let's go to the tavern. So I'll lead them in the direction the guy told me the tavern is.
Okay. We should walk there. Do you remember where it is?
Yep. A couple blocks up to the west. What river?
Cross the street, take a left.
That's
go
correct.
down the second alley, 3 doors down.
That's pretty damn good for not being the conversation with you.
I
Left or
read
right?
everything.
Yeah, you told us.
Left or right?
Right, left.
No,
That's right. That's right.
It's
The
right.
building's
You're right.
on the right, the hot alley's on the left.
That's correct.
All right. So you all get to the. Looks like more of a restaurant with drinks.
That's fine.
Oh.
It's like Ruby Tuesdays.
It's more like a Ruth's Chris Steakhouse kind of vibe.
Sapphire Wednesdays.
The tables are made of almost a pure white marble.
Don't care.
The chairs seem to be a floating disc of a almost red cedar.
Don't care.
Something tells me we cannot afford this place.
That's fine. We can. You can.
You know nothing about the concept of
I'm just going to immediately ask how much a room
moments
is.
ago.
Well, yeah, we're gonna
This is
go in
cute.
and we're gonna see, I guess, whoever's there up front.
Yeah.
Community.
So, as you enter, welcome to the far plane. Have you come to enjoy the spirits today?
Yes, of course, we've come to enjoy the spirits. We were referred here, actually, obviously we are not from here, but Raphelion is a patron of yours, and he referred us to this place, so we wanted to try your spirits. Can we have a table or some place we can...
Yes, follow me, please.
Also, do you have rooms? Or is this just
I'm sorry, we do not. You have to go to the hospital for that.
Are you
Don't ask
threatening me?
Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions.
No, the hospitality center. It's called the hospital.
No.
That makes sense.
Oh, I like it.
Hospital.
Hospitale.
Hospital.
Where's that at?
All right.
Oh, it is across the street. 2 doors down is the very large building.
Oh, okay, cool. Where can we get drinks, please?
I will lead you to a table and I will bring you a menu.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So she leads you down
I need a private room.
to a very intricately carved table with lots of decorative carvings.
It's like one of those like booths where we're all to like slide in.
Yep, it's like a rounded one.
Yeah, nice. Skirt.
All right.
Skirt.
So they bring you a menu. It literally floats in front of you. There is a cool drink on there called Star's Blessings that sounds very familiar to you. Stands out.
What?
Yeah.
Too bad Armenia's not here to enjoy this one.
We have our gold, right?
Who was it, Rene?
Yeah.
No.
No, you knew.
You know Rene.
No,
did.
No, Rene, that's right. I mean, yes, of
She's just so
course.
forgettable, so.
No, what she was here for?
Ah, Star's blessings. I'll have one of those.
Okay, that is 2 platinum, please.
20 gold.
Yeah,
Yes.
not bad.
Here you go.
That's like a small bottle of wine.
They bring you like a shot glass worth of liquor.
I didn't order one. I don't know. He's a 2 degrees.
That's odd.
What is your recommendation?
It's not meant for something to be quite larger than this.
Oh, trust me, you don't want larger.
Very well.
We
I'll
get,
just sit on it.
You look like you would like the Brutus.
Yes, I would like to try this Brutus, yes.
Whole city's rich.
To betray you.
It is looks like a shot glass of extremely dark, almost black liquor.
I'm just gonna hold it in my hand, just wait for everybody
Star's
to get
Blessings
their
have like a sparkly glitter tone to it.
wait for everybody to get their drink.
Your most potent and cheapest, please.
Devil's finger it is.
We are
I
probably,
do like a double finger.
we are probably staying here more overnight.
I
yes.
do declare.
a double finger. Oh God!
I do declare.
I knew this lady have an issue once.
So
Boy, did she have a double finger.
We are
hearing this. I'm sorry. Oh,
she puts in front of you a drink that goes from lavender on the bottom to fades to black and has a purple flame on top.
Sounds
Oh,
accurate.
that's so cool.
nice.
Listen, as an expert in devil's fingers, I'll tell you if this is good or not.
She's gone. She's still
She's
in the
not
thing.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she's
not
not.
guess and left.
Order Brutus.
Lady Luck.
I'm good.
They knew.
Oh. You want a Brutus? It's gonna hit you harder than him.
He actually can hit pretty hard. I've seen him do it before.
What was that costing me again? What was that?
They're all 2 platinum apiece.
That's fine.
Well, I don't have.
You have a restroom? You have a restroom?
I got you.
I can Venmo you later.
There is a little outback that sucks it dry for you.
Sounds like a restroom.
Yeah.
So it's like these air-powered tubes that
You don't
This
amazing. If I may ask, this city is quite fantastic. So if I do see
You know
something
what?
right where did you get the inspiration for these drinks?
They've been around for millennia.
I'm aware of that, but I'm sure there's an oral tradition perhaps that is passed down.
Oh, they come with the people.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. What people?
Oh.
Like, for example, the Star's Blessings, that is coincidentally
Oh.
the faith of.
That one actually
of
is
Red
pretty new. Not.
May I ask who concocted it, or perhaps what the inspiration came
There was some very weirdly spoken gentleman that came by.
Just, can you describe him for us?
He was wearing this greenish scale armor, with a elven-ish fellow, not our race, but they brought in an eagle that stayed out back. He had this weird hair, kind of shoulder length, kind of pulled back in a half ponytail.
Did he give a name, perhaps?
I could not understand.
I believe he may have been an acquaintance of ours, actually. The Brutus, could you perhaps tell us about that?
Oh, that one. That one was created a long time ago. Like,
Before the magic fell, I'm sure.
before my time.
And how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I'm a spry, 628.
I understand.
Just a baby then, really.
And the Devil's Finger?
Well, the teenagers need someone to.
Oh, well, there was this interesting lady that came in. Horned, purple skin.
6 arms, 4 wings.
No.
Just a hunch. Where's she at? She's over here somewhere.
Right here. She's not that notion today.
No, she's right. Put her back. There. But no.
I'm gonna speak up and I'm gonna say.
She describes more of a tiefling.
Okay. I'm gonna say. Do you often have travelers from other lands come and suggest drinks to you? Perhaps we could come up with one that we could leave.
That is very doable. I suggest sipping on your drinks, by the way. We are known to put people's on their so-called asses.
Oh, bottoms up.
Yeah, put the sip on mine. You're gonna sip on yours? Okay. Are you just bottom up?
Oh yeah, bottoms up.
Yeah, I'm with both here.
Are you now poisoned?
Yep.
You're now poisoned.
Sure,
That's fine.
As
I expected that completely.
Are you bottoms up?
To be fair, I've been drinking all day, so I've got a good buzz going already.
You are like at the blackout drunk state.
Describe poisoned.
A disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
That's it?
Yep.
Easy. Okay.
So does that take 3 hours?
It will eventually.
I'm head to
Yeah, right.
the pneumatic bathroom.
As you're taking a leak in this ground hole that is very elegantly decorated, you see the speed. It's like gravity gets to times 10 as soon as you hit the hole, and it just goes.
No, I actually don't go to the bathroom. I just kind of chill for a minute, about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And just work on some breathing exercises. Think about some things, try to get my head straight, and then I actually realized the augury earlier is a ritual, so I didn't use a spell slot for it. But I will again start casting augury, and just start, because the more wow, words are hard. The more specific you are, the better answers you get.
Mm-hmm.
And I will basically just muttering under my breath, explaining the whole situation. That was why Dom was kind of anal about what is our plan. He will say, we are planning on doing this. We're making ourselves the good guys. We're kind of make ourselves mercenaries to this peaceful town. I'm kind of muttering under his breath till it almost becomes like a musical kind of chant thing. And it starts with divination. It starts with augury. And then he feels a little tug as if there's another stage to this. And our enemies are growing, the problems are growing, everything's getting a little bit more, and we have to be better. So he just pushes a little bit more magic than he had before into the augury, and we'll cast divination, which is the 4th level version. And this, instead of just being a yes or no, I am directly put in contact with a servant of my god, with a direct line. I still ask a single question, but this time, instead of just getting a yes or a no, it could be a short phrase. It might still be a yes or a no. It's up to you. It could be a short phrase. It could be a riddle. So he's going to say, if we go with our plan, if we lay out everything we're doing to this high council, these 6 people, and it'll list over and over all the 6 members of council, are they going to be in line to help us, or does the majority of that council have ulterior motives?
Someone comes and uses the bathroom, it's just glowing. He's like reciting the 6 people.
Yeah, there is like actively light.
You're like trying
shining.
to push harder, and you're just like, oh,
One second.
magic!
Really working on something here. It's not quite done. This is the first time I'm casting it, so there's no room. There's no chance anything goes wrong. Basically, it's like is 51% of this council or more not corrupt? Is what it's effectively going to boil down to. Are they going to help us if we go with the plan that we set forth?
You get almost a etching of light on like the stall door.
Oh, I'm not paying for that.
And it reads out letter by letter. Colors will guide you.
Well, it's allowed to be cryptic, so.
Boom, 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 boom. Brr.
Yeah, that was not very useful. This whole place is blank. There's no color. Colors will guide you. Oh, beautiful.
Y'all noticed like where he went, there was just like light shining out for some reason.
I didn't.
No, y'all two definitely don't.
That's it.
I'm ready to fight
Am I
somebody.
blackout? Like, am I still comfortable?
You're to the point where it's like you've already passed out once. You're like getting out of the taxi and like falling over trying to get to your bed.
I'm doing that plenty of times. I'm good.
Did it feel any different? And do I have any inclination of like where that came from? Like, say trying to squeeze anything else out of this spell.
That's what I'm talking about.
You felt like the words were written in front of you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. I was making a poop joke. Please continue.
Technically, I was making a poop
The light,
I was affirming a poop joke.
as you were saying all this and it was being written out in front of you, it was literally like someone was writing it on the stall wall.
Okay, that's something.
And it was as it was being written, at the end of that word, the word started to disappear. So it was literally just section by section.
How's the handwriting? Because Dominic is atrocious.
It looks like the most elegant writing you've ever read.
It's Voldemort. It's Voldemort. Just rearranged the letter.
He did that in 6 book.
Alright, Pasha.
All right. That's me.
My
Donna comes out of the bathroom looking somehow more frustrated. It did not go well.
Guys waiting on you, like, I'm gonna give that a minute.
You might want to
so-
give that
You're probably at your 3-hour mark at this point.
But I can
3-hour
show
poop.
you.
Who does number 2 look for?
All right, so we gotta go to our meeting.
Let's do it. Meeting time.
Can't be
Meeting
late.
time, meeting time, meeting time.
So as you get into the Spire of Wisdom,
Whee, the Spire
They
of
say-
Wisdom.
So we drink in the first hour. How are we looking at hour 3?
you're barely awake.
Before I leave,
It's okay, I got it.
Good. That's it.
Nothing.
Okay, well, moving forward to the council is what I wanted.
Okay.
I just don't want to do it in
Question:
front
would my inebriated state give me a short rest?
No.
No, I guess.
I feel like
Hey, I've been.
It's not
drunk
considered
and
a
I've
short
been
rest
blacked out
whenever you're-
before, and I felt
Alright.
pretty
You
rough.
time traveled a little bit.
We make the appointment.
Yep. So as you're getting into the Spire of Wisdom,
Okay.
they immediately direct you to go up the stairs
Yeah, we already
to the very
Now,
top.
do you mind waiting down here with these two, perhaps? Or
Yes.
is there
Well, I thought
anything
perhaps we
coming?
Go up and
So who is going up?
Not these two.
Boom, boom, and boom. Yeah,
Just the 1, 3.
What? Who what?
us three.
1,
Me,
2,
you,
3.
and
Me, Bold, and Rugo stand up there.
Okay.
I think that
No,
is fine.
Renil is now having to babysit.
Both of y'all, by the way, have a buzz from the drink
That's fine.
since you were sipping on it for 3 hours.
Are we doing a whole thing?
So
Oh, what?
as y'all get to the very top of the spire, we're gonna stop the episode right there.
No.